In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Well, hello and welcome to a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of grace and meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm the birthday boy.
That means you can do anything.
I can do literally anything. Imagine me with no shackles.
Imagine Chris Ray with no shame.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Both of those things are always.
It comes round once a year, and here we are. It's my birthday.
Did you ever imagine you'd be celebrating your 25th birthday with your friends here?
Thank you for that.
Oh, it's
You don't
all
look
right.
a day over 38.
No, 37. No.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah, 37.
I hope it's
yeah.
25. It is 37.
25.
Yeah.
25.
37.
Officially.
This is how it progresses, isn't it? Because we're kind of we're quite well spaced out, aren't we? Because you're
I'm the old boy.
you're the old boy.
I'm 37 though as well.
Yeah, you've just turned 37,
Today.
and I'll be turning 37 in like 4,
The
5,
summer.
6
we're
months or so.
Nicely spaced.
Yeah.
That's important for a podcast, I think,
In a way.
because then we've all got a slightly different perspective on, life.
What about months worth of different perspectives?
yeah, months worth.
Okay, sure. That makes all the difference.
I will never know what it was like.
We
in...
grew up in the same area. We now live in the same town. We're all within a year of each other. But yeah, it's a real.
Different perspectives.
It's a real-
It's very
yeah.
diverse, this
Sure.
group.
Yeah.
It's not just three straight white guys.
Get a real cross section of
Got a real
modern Britain.
cross-section.
Yeah.
Everyone's represented on this show.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think.
Everyone's got a voice.
The assholes, the drunk, the belligerent.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it all.
Exactly. Covered it all.
We would have all been, because obviously me and Chris Ray were in school
Birthday boy.
together. The birthday boy.
I
We were in
won't
school
be
together.
answering to Chris today.
Okay.
Uh,
Birthday boy.
Lord Party. What do you?
Go ahead. See if I'm joking.
You would have been in the same school year as us, wouldn't you?
I think so.
Like, Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
just,
know, I would
I've
have
just
thought
been
so.
an old boy in your year.
Yes. Yeah, you'd have been one of the ones to look up to.
Well, that's not really what happened.
Right.
Do you think you kind of like? Is it a form of like? I was going to say immortality, but like if you're an old one but in the same school year, you
Yeah.
get to be like, you
Eternally elder.
I weirdly at school never really thought about it.
No, neither did I.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm. Well, if you don't.
I think
me
some
getting
people,
older, or-
some people who were like really young in the school year, like birthdays in the summer or whatever.
Yeah.
I think they felt like they
Maybe.
were having a hard time.
Maybe.
I don't know why necessarily. But...
Well, I guess I would have been one of the younger ones, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never thought like, oh, that guy, his birthday's in, let's say, October.
what a loser.
But John is in the same. John, for example,
Yeah.
is in the same year, but was born in August. It never really.
I tended to see everyone in my year as just like the
same
exact
age.
Same age as
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
You think about our good friend Richard H.
Very good friend. You
You'd
can't
say-
remember his name.
You'd say good friend, would you?
I don't recall saying good.
I don't recall saying friend.
Our
Richard H.
Richard H.
Yeah.
He would have been one of the older ones of the school year.
Yeah.
And his maturity showed.
In when?
What month was he born in?
I believe he's an October boy.
Oh, okay.
His birthday's Halloween.
So he's older than me.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was not the youngest.
Do we have a younger one?
We had a friend.
Who did we have?
Oh,
We got a lot of friends.
You do have a
who
lot
I
of
don't
friends.
really remember.
It was a James we knew.
Which James?
We knew many James.
Give me an initial.
L.
Oh, I do know.
Yeah, he was younger than me.
Yeah. How was he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There you go.
How do you spend your magical day?
Oh,
Chris Ray?
well, I'll tell you.
With your friends here recording.
Yes, well, this is part of it, obviously, because I'm here now.
Yes.
On the same day.
Celebrating.
Celebrating with a beer.
Yay.
Lovely beer. An elite beer, some would say.
Mm.
To be honest, mainly with my mum. Went to my mum's house.
Oh, that's nice.
Walked the dog around the village, Rad Hamlet,
Rad hat.
for a little while. Went for a nice meal.
Very nice.
Came home, watched The Mandalorian. This week's episode of The Mandalorian.
Very good.
And then came here.
Very good.
Pretty much. It's been a nice day. Got some presents.
Very classy.
John's
Yeah.
bought me some beers. Very nice of him.
Yeah, we're not drinking those.
We're not drinking those right
Those are
now.
fancy
Those are
beers.
special beers.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste those on this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're just drinking regular beers. Got some Lego.
Yeah. Yes.
Some Star Wars Lego, obviously. Got some clothing. Got
Good.
some
You'll need
smellies.
that.
I got some smart shoes for work and some walking shoes for walking.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Task-specific shoes.
I got some other bits and bobs. You know.
Cool. Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, that just tickled me for some
don't know
reason.
why.
I don't know why.
Oh, shoes for a reason.
Shoes for a lucky boy.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything extravaganist?
Extravaganistic. Are you doing any extravaganistic
The
stuff?
extravanistics.
Yeah.
What over the next couple of days?
Well, yeah. I feel.
I'm going to football
okay.
That's
yeah.
extravaganistic.
on
Yeah.
Saturday.
You're gonna go fucking mental.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a few jars. Go
I'm
fucking
gonna have
mental.
a few jars of alcohol.
Sure.
I could drink a whole glass of alcohol.
Really?
Watch me.
Watch me. I can do
Watch
anything
me.
I want. I've got a
I
mortgage.
suppose you're
Yeah.
37 now, yeah.
I can do
Yeah.
whatever.
Good.
So I'm going to go there with our good friend James P.
James P.
Another
James.
Keep it-
Who's,
keep it-
he's actually one of the older ones in our
Yes.
year. Born on September 11th.
Really?
Which is unfortunate for him.
That is
But there
the-
you go.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it's just a fact,
It's
isn't it?
true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It was the silence that followed
I know,
it. that I
yeah,
liked very much.
You made that awkward, not me.
No, I didn't. No, I just a long national nightmare.
Yeah.
No. My point is that it sounds like you've had a very respectable
Yes.
kind of day. And
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just,
compared to previous birthdays, certainly.
yes. Yeah. I'm saying.
yeah.
I'm
When
saying
I used to fall over in a pool of my own fluid.
Multiple fluids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't care to mention which.
I guess my point is, I was like, are you gonna counterbalance it by doing something?
I would say Saturday will be the day. Not that I'll go mad. I'm meeting. James P is coming with me, and I'm meeting Will T there.
Yes,
which will be cool.
So this is mean you'll be going to the place, not the local place. This will be.
Well, we've already talked about who I support.
Well, yes, indeed. I thought
Gillingham.
I thought we were doing a thing. Yeah, you're going to Gillingham.
I'm
is
going
what
to
saying.
Gillingham.
Yeah.
I don't want to come up with a nickname for Gillingham because it would not be complimentary.
Well, surely now,
No, I suppose.
in this post American investment money.
Yeah,
like-
the cowboy
Oh,
who owns the team.
Well, we won't get. We could get into an update about that.
Please
Let's get
give us an
into an
update.
update.
Yeah,
Well,
give us an update. Tell us more. It's your birthday.
Listeners
How's
of
the
more
cowboy
than
doing?
6 weeks or so will remember that John and I had a small wager
yes.
that John basically laughed in my face when I said Gills would need to score 35
it was like 35 or,
goals
yeah, 37,
over the coming 23 games.
I mean, you're looking at me at this point as if I would support you on this perspective,
Yeah.
but I'm also with John.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
You bastards basically said, "Oh, that will never happen
No,
because
it
Jill
won't.
scored." I'll remind you.
Yes,
I'll remind you.
Yeah.
Jill scored 7 goals in the first 23 games. Pathetic.
Yes, and you had the
it's
same,
poor.
and you had the same again
Same amount of time.
Same number
Yeah.
of games.
to hit.
I've lost count of the number of goals we've scored. If I'm honest with
Yeah.
you,
Really?
Wow.
So it's happening.
It's happening. We've had I do know that we were 6 points off safety at the start of January, and we're 9 points
And that's
clear.
9 points safe.
9 points safe.
And just to
so we've had
clarify-
a 15-point turnaround.
That's taking you out of the relegation zone.
the danger zone.
Yeah, and you were the worst team at the time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Can we just say that?
And now we're only the
Yeah.
fourth
Let's make
worst
that
team.
clear. You were the worst team
Worst team in the country.
Yeah.
in the country.
So
yeah.
in that context, and I think Nick might back me up here.
Yeah.
I don't want to
We'll
say.
see,
I don't want to
notoriously
say
turncoat.
it was a fair weather friend
Yeah.
over
I
here.
might be with Chris now.
Yeah.
It
This
wasn't.
team sounds amazing.
It wasn't
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't unreasonable at the time to say.
Oh, but I
that,
knew
like,
what was coming.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because of
You've got
the Cowboy.
to appreciate, John, that I kind of knew this would
You
happen.
sharked me, is what
I
you're
really
saying.
did.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the
yeah.
thing, John. Chris knows football.
Yeah.
He knows football.
He knows
yeah.
football.
It was incredibly brave of you to take me on. That's
It
all I'll
was
say.
actually. It was. To be fair, I'm now back with Chris. Fully now.
So is it? Are you now adopting the mindset of like every Gills fan who's like, oh yeah, well we all knew it was going to turn around like when
Everyone's
yeah.
saying
Oh
that.
yeah, well
Yeah, of course
It's
you are.
pure coincidence that I didn't want to go in the first half of the season, and now I'm absolutely desperate. To
Isn't
go.
that weird?
I'm not a glory supporter. It's just that when we start winning, I really want
I
to go.
like to be there.
I like it.
And
I like it more.
A lot better.
Yeah.
and do you anticipate the mood at the game to be mildly keen or off the fucking chain? Because
Yeah, I'd say
it's going to be back and aliens.
Yeah.
certainly closer to that level.
Yeah, because you're now just like it's like you can't believe this is happening. Like you're drunk on power. Like this is.
Oh, it feels that way.
Yeah.
It's incredible that other teams are talking about us as in this lot is not fair.
Yeah.
They've got so much money. It's
I
like,
was gonna
you're talking about Gillingham,
Yeah.
and we've always pled poverty and never had any money, and some of the off the field stories are just mad. I won't get into them. But now everyone's like, oh, have you seen Gillingham's budget? Oh, have you seen? We can't afford to compete with Gillingham. I'm loving it. Everyone hates us, and I really, really love it.
I also love that the it's just like, what was your secret for turning it around? Money.
Turns out it's just money.
Oh, it's not a secret.
No.
How do
We
you
signed 12 players in a month.
How do you motivate the players?
more than a sign, yeah.
I fired them and hired better players.
Objectively better players.
It's very much like the Simpsons episode where you got the isotopes and Mr. Burns brings in the ringers and just cuts all the actual power plant players. So we've got all the new players in.
Right.
And they've just usurped our bad... What's one of the bad players' names? And they fuck them.
Oh wait, and he's hired 12. He's hired 12.
No, to be fair, we've not dropped all of the old players.
Sure.
Just most of them.
Okay. Because I tell you, nothing could go wrong. I mean, 1 random accident, perhaps 2, but 12 random accidents.
To see that, I'll get there Saturday. It'll just be the old team completely. I'll be for fuck's sake.
Oh my god!
Imagine.
I would willingly pay that 50 quid
Yeah.
and give a kidney to know that 12 completely random fakes of the whole thing.
Oh my god!
Lord,
Imagine that.
gigantism. Yeah. So I think we've scored in about 11 games. I would say we're probably getting on about 18 goals.
Crap.
Something like that.
That's nearly halfway.
Oh, we're
towards-
certainly a lot better.
Yeah.
Well, it's chalk and cheese, isn't it?
Seems like that. Yeah.
So
Are they your 2 new star midfielders?
Yeah. They're the 2 old ones.
They're our top scorers now, with 4. Our top scorer actually joined in January. That's how bad we were.
Wow.
We lost the defender who was the top scorer, or he got recalled from a loan. And we now bought a striker at the start of January, and he is now our top scorer.
Wow.
So there you
He's
go.
had quite a month.
Yeah. No, he's only scored 3. He's not scored that many. He just didn't need to do much.
So are
yeah.
you, just because I do enjoy these weird windows into a
Sure.
physically active world.
Yes.
Are you anticipating now? Are you gonna like barnstorm your way up the?
I wouldn't say that.
You're gonna finish mid and.
I think
limits.
I think we'll stay up.
Sure. Okay.
Now. I'm fairly, satisfied that we'll stay up now.
So since where did he make his money in? Is it like in
Property. He's a property tycoon.
yes.
I
Okay.
picture, whenever you bring him up, I picture a cowboy. But like an not aged, but like a sort of 50-year-old cowboy. And he's got a ponytail. And
He
a
did.
wide-brimmed...
He's had a haircut. He did have a ponytail.
And a wide-brimmed white cowboy hat.
Yeah, he didn't go quite that far, but
And
you're
one of
not
those
far, you're not
things-
far off.
One of those things that Americans wear instead of ties.
The
what they call
the
with like
skull
strings.
string.
Yeah.
I know what you
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, I imagine him wearing one of those.
But he's got a son called Lakeland. Fucking hell.
Well,
He's an interesting young man.
does he play for Gillingham now?
Yeah, he probably will eventually.
He's managing
So-
the under 21s.
Or is he the mascot? What's the Gillingham mascot?
Tommy Trueblue.
Tommy True.
And Tammy Trueblue is his wife or sister.
Is it a will they won't they? Oh, interesting.
Wait, is he? Don't tell me yet, but don't just jump to the end. Is he an animal?
Yes.
Tommy True Blue.
Tommy Trueblue.
There aren't any naturally occurring blue animals other than birds.
There-
The blue whale.
No, that doesn't count.
Now, John has been to a Gillingham game and seen me wearing Gillingham paraphernalia.
Mascot outfit.
Okay, I think it's a whale.
mascot.
I'm going to go with whale.
No.
Is he? Is he a giant foam whale that takes 8 men to be
Yeah.
excited?
And we've signed a new one. Yeah, we signed a new mascot. No, there's an animal on our club badge.
It's a bird, right?
No.
Shit.
Cat.
Tiger.
He is that animal.
I was going to say, and this is bad. I was going to say it was a ram, but
Derby.
that's Derby.
You
And
did come to
This is
Derby.
my point. That's why I think. That's why I know there's a ram on a flag
You're
somewhere.
cleverer than you
because-
realise.
Yeah.
And then I realised.
You came to Derby Gillingham years
Was it,
ago.
a horse.
There you go.
It's a horse.
It's a blue horse.
It's a horse.
Actually a
No,
horse.
he's brown. He wears the kit.
Very confusing.
On
He's
the-
called Bluey. Blue.
No, he's called Tommy Bluey.
Yeah,
It's
Bluey.
called Tommy True Blue.
cartoon.
Tommy True Blue.
Tommy True
Tommy
Blue.
True
Yeah.
Blue. Okay,
Which is
I'll
a
accept
weird
that.
name,
And then there's Tammy as well.
Tammy as well. She wears the pink kit because gender stereotypes.
Yeah,
And I'm sure that's meant to make everybody on that team feel better when
Yeah. Does she? Maybe she used to. We used to have a pink kit.
Is she called Tammy True Blue?
Yeah, but wife or sister, I don't know.
Yeah,
I've
but
never
then,
asked.
But then she wears a pink kit. That's confusing, I think.
Maybe she
That
doesn't now.
read.
Maybe she wears the white kit. She wears the away kit anyway.
Okay,
Sure.
We used to have a pink away kit,
Okay.
so that's why I'm getting confused.
So
easily done.
So they're the mascots, and then anyway, Lakeland.
You were saying about Lakeland. Yeah.
Lakeland. So the Gallinson family,
Right.
are quite active on Twitter, which is cool. They seem very nice.
I think you've mentioned this. Yeah.
However, there's a sort of saying in football that's like, I'm Gillingham till I die, and then I'm Gillingham till I die, and it's a song.
Yeah.
People sing it. Lakeland, God love him. Lakeland got a bit confused with the expression, and it looked a bit. The hashtag he used was quite intense. So after a game, have I told you about this?
I think you have.
So after a game, he put like, another awesome result for the Gills. So looking forward to going to my next game in a couple of weeks, whatever it was. And then the hashtag he used was hashtag bleed blue until death. We're just like, Lakeland, you were so close.
Everyone's so scared of his dad taking the money away that they're like,
Lakeland. Very good.
Quality hashtag, Lakeland. Classic
Everyone
Lakeland.
starts using it.
Yeah.
Bleed blue until death.
So that was quite intense when I read that, and I still use it.
Yeah, well.
Jesus.
I quite like it.
Bleed blue until death.
But I for one, welcome our new overlords.
Does Tommy Trueblue have anything to dance about now? Like, is there more of a spring in his canter?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's...
Yeah. But he's always puts a shift in, Tommy Trueblue.
Does he have a horse head?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Like a horse, yeah.
Like a horse. Yeah.
Well, we have a horse on our badge, and the horse is like rearing up.
Yeah.
So it's on two legs, and the mane says Gills in it in like a cryptic kind of way.
Oh, does it?
It's surprisingly decent design for such a terribly run club as it has been.
I just, given how bad it's been going, I kind of pictured like a really anemic horse, kind of like, and now give a big cheer for Tommy Trueblood.
True blood.
Oh, True Blue. Oh no, it's happening.
Bleed blue until death.
It just kind of comes up waddling. Okay,
yeah.
Because the reason I asked about the mask is because what I pictured was a man, and he's just a man, but he's just got the word horse written on his forehead.
Yeah, that's all we could afford previously.
It looks like a placeholder artwork.
Yeah, horse to be inserted here.
Yeah. That wouldn't have shocked me.
No.
Yeah,
that says everything, really. Here he is.
That's so disappointing.
But also, we see him every week.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably prefer that if I was going I am now. Not as a kid, but as I am now.
I'd love a very half-hearted mascot. That would be like...
so good.
There's been some quality, like... One of the best Twitter accounts, football Twitter accounts, is Mascots Minute Silence. So you get a minute's silence if someone's died or to commemorate, various days throughout the year. Like Remembrance Day is a good example. So they're playing the horn and everyone's silent.
The mascot's
and you pan across like the team who are surrounding the centre circle.
And there's this
and then you
goofy chipmunk.
You pan to a chipmunk with a massive grin on his face, just with his head bowed.
Very respectful.
Solemn respect.
Yeah.
Very respectful.
This is what they would have wanted.
Oh, yeah.
I love the idea of...
It's a quality Twitter account. Mascots Minute Silence.
Has I've forgotten my surname already. The Gallingson. Have a Gallingson family come to a game?
Oh, many games.
Many games. Yeah. I just love the idea that like the first time the Gallingsons are up in their box, and it is kind of like hastily rigged together out of OSB and planks and stuff. And they're like
just a throne.
Yeah. And they're like Tommy Trueblue comes out. It's like, Gary, he did not fly all the fucking way across the Atlantic to see your weak ass route. Give it some fucking wriggle, Gary. Give it.
Brad just grabs someone and goes, "Have the Rolling Stones killed?" But sir, do as I say.
I just want to see the energy that's in the True Blues like step when the Gallingsons are out.
The maximum True Blue. I want to know what maximum True Blue is.
It just
like.
comes out absolutely just kind of like giving it all that.
Absolutely pumped. Yeah. Well, I'll let you know on Saturday. After Saturday.
Great. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Give it a little extra.
Oh, you've got to sometimes. Bit of oomph.
Yeah.
Why don't you? Anyway, it's going bloody well.
Well, I'm very happy for you.
I am
It's
very happy.
So there you go. So that's what I'll be doing with the remainder. Well, not the remainder of my weekend because we've got a day tomorrow. But tomorrow, I've got to take the dog to the vet. Might go to the beach.
That'd be nice.
But the weather's shit. So
weather's a bit shit. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll make my Lego.
That'd be good.
That'd be nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wet play.
Wet play.
Oh, wet play. I remember.
So I have like a fun question about football.
Yes, wonderful.
So you're kind of like, you've kind of this season.
Sure.
You've kind of snatched victory from the jaws of defeat.
With money.
Yeah. So you've had this astronomical rise, but it comes off...
I wouldn't call it... We've gone up 3 places.
Sure. But that comes off... You've done quite well considering you had such a shit first half.
Absolutely.
So you're kind of aiming now to just kind of survive
this season,
and then next
comfortably.
This is what I'm thinking. So next season,
Oh, we'll go up next season.
Oh, interesting.
Don't you worry, John.
Well, you'll what?
We'll get promoted next season.
Oh, really?
We're going to throw more money at
Do you
it.
reckon?
Yeah, I don't reckon.
I mean, money solves everything.
I reckon. I know for a fact we'll throw money at it, and I
Yeah.
reckon we will go up.
It's really just a question of it's not
It's not really football anymore, is it?
No.
It's more like the money game.
I'll take walking the league next season, and then we'll be competitive again.
It's not really a question of when; it's a question of how much.
We did actually walk this league a few years, 10 years ago now. We were top all season, genuinely all season, just top. Walked it, and then we've been in that division above for 10 years. Come down into this division, fucked it, and then throw money at it.
Yeah, and you were about
That's
to go
how
into like the
it is.
Johnson's Paint Trophy, weren't you? Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, no, the
Sudafed
Vanarama National League, Sudafed Cup. Yeah. Yeah, that would be quite reputable compared to what the actual sponsors. Well, we've got
the Calpol Cup.
we've got various lower league cups in football. So we've got the Papa John's Trophy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's actually surprisingly good for
yeah,
a shitty league.
I mean, they probably get pizza, I guess.
Papa John's Trophy. So that's the cup between the bottom two divisions. There's a cup thing. We've got Vanarama National League, which is the league below ours.
Vanarama.
And then you've got there's Evo Stick.
Oh, yeah, glue.
Which is glue, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is, yeah. If I made a league tomorrow,
Sure.
how would they decide where my league fits into all these other leagues?
That's an excellent question.
Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, you probably have to start at the
I'd
bottom.
probably just be at the bottom.
I would
So
imagine.
then leagues can
There's-
rise
there's-
up leagues. How interesting is that? How do you get a league to rise above other leagues?
I think the answer is always money.
Cool.
If I'm honest with you,
that's
it's
fair.
like the more they when clubs go into receivership and go under effectively, they're often Phoenix clubs. Like Hereford's a good example.
Oh.
So Hereford United ceased to be,
Right.
lost their place. I think they're in the conference. No, were they? Maybe they're higher up. Anyway, they lost their position. They reformed as Hereford FC, which is very original.
Yeah.
And they got positioned into a league which was decided by men in suits somewhere.
Oh, I see.
But I
Right,
think
okay.
it's worked out based on location, attendance, budget,
Interesting.
etc.
Okay. Okay.
There you go.
That's fascinating.
This is it is actually kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm just glad I can hear about it without actually having
to live it.
live it or go
Imagine-
to it.
go,
yeah.
yeah.
Imagine how many years of research I had to do to sound
I
this
know.
intelligent about
I
it.
know. Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy. For
And I
you.
still know.
This is
I know bugger all compared to what I used to know.
older, wiser.
Older, wiser, more varied interests. I like Lego.
Yeah. And Star Wars.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Lego and Star Wars.
There you go. Branched out.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's got hate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
I
Then.
think it's because Birthday Boy. I was going to jump in, but I kind of think Birthday Boy.
Birthday boy.
I'll crack on. The heating war.
The heating.
The heating war that rages on in all of our hearts.
Yeah.
The heating war.
The heating,
heating
war at
war.
home. You know when you're at home, right?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay. Let me just
Hang on.
Try and imagine, John.
let me
you're
open
in-
my
John,
vision
Yeah,
space.
if you're in your home
Enter
right
your
now.
mind palace.
I don't like having the heating on.
You don't like having it
I don't
on?
like having the heating on.
Tell me why.
I don't really get cold.
Okay.
I'm conscious of I'm
'Cause
spending
years
money for every second of heating.
Yeah.
That's money.
So the war is between you and your significant other.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
There is definitely a heating war in my house.
Yeah. Liz
it's not
wants
the
the
way you'd
heating on.
expect.
It's the other way around.
I'm the pro heating guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
No,
Ali
I-
is the anti heating.
I'm very much stick a jumper on.
Yeah, that's what Ali
Put,
says to
put
me.
another jumper on. We've got blankets.
And I'm like, no, I spend money on this house
Shut
to
the
be
door.
comfortable, and I'm going to spend a little bit of extra money
Yeah.
to be warm in my own house.
no.
That's what I say.
So it's not.
No,
No.
save the money.
So-
You're wrong.
so you're being
Pragmatic.
thrifty. You know,
Pragmatic.
Wrong is fine.
No, pragmatic.
I thought you were going to say it's because years of alcohol abuse mean you're constantly running an internal temperature of 40 degrees.
It could be that as
yeah.
well.
It could be, yeah.
I genuinely don't feel like I get particularly cold. The coldest I've ever been, John, I'm glad you asked, is going over and under the Golden Gate Bridge
Oh, okay.
in San Francisco.
Ah.
Windy spot.
That's the only time I feel like I've been genuinely cold.
Really?
Unless I've been
Wow.
ill. Unless I've been ill.
Yeah.
Coldest-
That is quite amazing.
Yeah.
Like, there's something either incredibly right with you
Yeah.
or incredibly wrong with you.
Yeah, I'm either superhuman or like there's something wrong. There's something
Busted.
Yeah.
disastrously wrong.
Your
with
plumbing is fucked.
me. I think it's probably the former.
Yeah.
I think we're fine.
Let's focus on that.
I think the coldest I've ever been is in Montreal. I think it was minus 12
Oof.
degrees C. It was quite nippy, I seem to recall.
What is the coldest I've been? I feel like I've swum in very cold water.
Yeah, I'll
That's
do it.
probably the coldest I've been. I can't think of when that was, but it definitely happened. Don't worry about that.
But over the winter, So Liz says, "Oh, we have a thermostat with a timer on it."
Yep.
And Liz says, "Oh, I'd like to do." I have to sign it off, obviously. Liz says, "I'd like to put the heating on at these times." I'm like,
Mr. Ray.
I'm like,
I would very much like to put the
and
heating on.
after I've argued the case for a couple of weeks,
Just a single piece of coal, Mr. Ray.
I say, "Okay, fine." And then if the heating comes on otherwise, I'm like, "Why is the heating on?
I bet you're a joy.
Why is the heating on now?
sounds like an absolute delight.
This is not the designated heating time."
This is not your hour of heating.
No.
that you get per week.
I think we have it on for over the winter. We have it on for maybe 4 hours a day, like across the day.
But like,
I can't.
you can't feel it, but your house must be getting cold, like objectively.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Is it
Probably retains the heat, doesn't it?
if you had nerve damage and
Yeah.
you just couldn't feel?
I don't think this is going to go this way.
things.
Actually, I thought.
No.
You thought you'd get a lot of support?
I thought.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be with me.
Where are you on this, John? Is there a battle in your household?
Lucy gets very cold.
Yes.
Like Lucy gets really, really, really cold. And the irony is that I don't think the heating helps. she's so,
Renders it completely
too far
pointless.
she's so cold.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So I don't know. I put the heating on,
No,
but like,
especially now, everyone's going. I don't want to get in. I don't
But it's
want
really
cost of
cold
living
at the
on you.
moment.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
that's why it's in my consciousness because
Oh, I
effectively
see.
we're in an extended winter at the moment.
Yeah.
Because it is bloody.
It is very
to
cold,
be fair,
yeah.
it's bloody cold. So
No.
I've permitted the heating to stay.
So you can
on.
feel this cold that we're in a
I can
minute.
I can appreciate objectively that it is cold.
But you don't feel cold yourself.
I would be
You're not
fine
really
if the heating wasn't on all
suffering.
day. I would be fine.
yeah.
Okay.
Liz
I-
wants the heating on. It is cold. Fine.
Fine.
But
when it's cold, it's hot.
But part of me's thinking, I'm a bit hot, and that's money.
Money down the shit.
I feel that I'm kind of like I'm halfway out here because I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from because I've got this thing in the back of my head
Yeah.
about how much it's costing,
Mm.
but like I'll tend to have it off throughout the day,
Right.
and I'll start to go like, oh, it is getting a bit cold, and then of an evening I'll kind of turn it on and
Sure.
and then I'll turn it down again before we go to bed.
Yeah.
that sort
Oh
of
yeah.
thing.
No, I definitely do that stuff. Like when we're in bed, it's off.
I'm just thinking, I'm not that cold.
Mm.
And if anything, when we turn the heating on, I think I'm too hot here.
I have the opposite principle where I'm like,
Yeah.
I have reached a point in my life where I am a 37-year-old. You've just joined me here,
Yes.
37 years of age.
Welcome.
I have got to the point where I've organised my life well enough
Mm.
to have an income and a house. God damn it, I'm going to heat that house
Wow.
because I can.
This is what you suffered for. This is
what I suffered for.
this is
Yeah,
the dream,
and I
yeah.
could continue to live like when my first place I ever rented was a flat in the middle of town where I used to live,
Yeah.
and it had a hole in the window frame, so like air would just blow into my room basically constantly. It was freezing. I couldn't make it warm in any way at all.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I'm poor. I'm living like this crappy.
This is the dream.
I'm just lucky to have a roof over my head,
Yeah.
sir. Please, sir, can I have some more?
Even if
please,
there is
sir?
a hole in the roof.
Exactly.
As well.
Now I'm like, no, I can afford it. I want it.
Don't you get
I'm
too hot,
prepared
though?
to spend sometimes, yeah.
When you start sweating, if I'm in bed and I'm sweating, it's
quite warm in here now,
This
actually.
is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
We're paying money to feel uncomfortable here.
Yeah.
I feel I have a right to say this because I have lived with you.
Yes.
I just feel the fact that you're lying down and sweating. Could that have been your diet throughout your 20s? That could have
not in this case.
Not in this
See
particular
what?
case.
If the house is being heated to 21 degrees or whatever it is,
Sure, yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I've always sweated.
That's toasty.
I used to
that.
sweat.
That is toasty.
I used to sweat in winter when I was like 16. So I don't think you can blame my 20s for this one.
No, indeed, yeah.
Probably.
Okay, yeah. So you're naturally.
You run hot.
I run hot.
yeah,
Yeah, I run hot. I'm like
yeah.
a human hot water
I think
bottle.
I do as well. I'm
Yeah.
definitely, and that's the weird thing about the battle in my house is that Ali is very, very cold all the time.
Yeah.
I am very warm all the time.
Yeah.
Yet she is the one who advocates turning it off
That's
despite
interesting.
being cold, and I'm the one who advocates turning it on despite being warm.
That's interesting.
I'm generally warmer than Ali. Like
Yeah.
she's relatively cold-blooded, I would say. She cannot generate body heat on her own.
No.
Like she has actually said this. Like she will say, the only way I get my body warm, is by inputting heat. If you put a
Sure.
jumper on Ali,
Yeah.
it won't make any difference because jumpers obviously
You gotta-
the heat you
there's
make
gotta be
is just
additional
kept
heat.
within.
Yeah.
She doesn't make any heat.
Sure.
I
So
know.
she'll just slowly die.
It's the same with same with Lucy. Like it's astonishing.
Yeah.
it's absolutely astonishing. Like I we have so many blankets.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
The blanket's no good if she's not generating any heat.
How are you still cold? Like I don't understand.
You
Like,
got to put heat in.
been under the blanket for an hour. Like you think you'd be like
Dying.
Yeah, you'd be baked.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if I chuck a jumper on or if I chuck a blanket on, I'll be toasty.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. I don't want to have to do that. I'm more comfortable without.
money.
But I'd be more comfortable without a blanket or a jumper. I want to sit in a t-shirt like this. This is comfort, like I am right now.
I just chuck in a Fabergé.
I like wearing a jumper.
Your nose.
I like wearing jumpers. There you go. There's another thing.
You've changed.
That's
I
like a
prefer
love.
wearing a jumper than just a t-shirt. If I had the choice,
Really?
if I could do that in summer and not melt, I would.
I am
would do
literally
that.
the yin to your yang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we're so varied. It's because you were born 6 months before me.
That's it. Different experience.
Different life experience.
Diverse.
Very different.
Diverse cross section of humanity.
Very different.
Because we all grew up in Britain in the 90s. All our stories are like whimsical Dickensian tales.
Yeah.
But I remember in primary school,
Yes.
remember we had a uniform,
Yes.
and it was like
It was
trousers.
very colourful, wasn't it?
It was like trousers in the
Oh,
winter
yeah.
months, so you could wear shorts in the summer months.
They banned that now.
Really?
Boys can't wear shorts. I think that's right.
Really?
Why?
Reasons. Reasons.
They're
I'm
baggier. You can hold.
There
more
have been
sling
loads of
shots.
stories of boys wearing skirts to school because obviously
out
technically
of protest.
Yeah, because that's not against the rules.
Yeah.
Fair play to them, I say. But then they've been sent home or whatever, and it's made the news a few times. I'm sure they've banned shorts, and I don't really know
Don't
why.
know the rationale. But just talking about being warm, I remember for whatever reason, I think I liked wearing trousers, and I remember some very hot
I don't
summers
like shorts really.
and running around in the
Shorts
playing
when
field.
you're wearing like a formal shirt and tie is odd.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Even
You're
you're
then.
like a little boy playing at business.
Yeah.
or an
It's business time.
It's time for business, me.
or an Australian wedding attendant.
You know
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
But they all wear chinos, don't they, to weddings?
Do they?
Australian people.
I don't like a chino either.
No, I used
not
to
a
wear
fan of a
chinos in my 20s,
Did you?
but I've not worn
Did you
chinos
look
for
like a
years.
Yakuza
I think I looked awful.
triad member?
Every time I have bought chinos, I've thought to myself, I'll go for like a smart casual trouser. It
They always look bad.
The moment I get it home, I'm like, this is a terrible decision.
I
Why
have
did
made
do
a
it?
huge.
Yeah,
I have
it's
made a huge
awful.
mistake.
Yeah.
I'm often drawn to a chino in a shop.
Yeah.
Because they're colourful.
Yes,
But
and
you can't just get trousers are just black.
And you go to say,
blue.
I can't wear jeans all the time.
No,
I've got to
come
get
on.
something else.
No,
I'll try a chino.
There's another option.
Yeah.
Like the suit trousers or jeans. That's
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
chino in between. Brilliant. I'll get a red chino.
Yeah.
Put it on. Look like garbage.
Yeah.
I look like two straight columns for
I'm
legs.
going to get some maroon chinos.
Yeah, do it,
I
smash
can
it
wear those in any situation. I'm going to walk out the shop in them, step over threshold. Fuck have I done?
Yeah.
And the alarm goes off. This dickhead is very unstylish.
Look at this prick.
That's a different alarm. That's not the theft alarm. That's
No,
the
that's
anti-fashion
the
alarm.
Very, very unfashionable alarm.
Please leave without making a scene.
When you buy a,
We'll take that back from you, sir.
when you buy a pair of chinos, the people at the counter are just like, really?
Yeah.
You
Why?
sure?
Yeah. Why have you done that?
Why are you doing this?
Fool.
I'm legally obliged to complete this transaction, but
But-
are you
Are you
sure?
absolutely
Dude?
positive about this?
Really?
Are you good?
Yeah. I only wear denim on my bottom half, trouser-wise and shorts-wise. I only have denim
these
shorts.
aren't denim. I don't
Those
know what
aren't
these
denim.
count as. Although maybe they are denim actually. They're just green denim.
That's
be.
like a weird
Hybrid.
Like a khaki?
like a combat pant.
Like a khaki?
Yeah.
It's khaki's a colour, isn't it?
Khaki's like beige.
Khakis,
isn't it?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
lighter
I
than
don't
Isn't
know.
it?
I thought it was a fabric.
Yeah. It's like
That shows what I know.
yeah.
A khaki?
I remember.
Is it me or is khaki starting to sound really good?
Talking about temperature.
Oh, yes.
We were.
I remember in one of my previous jobs,
Oh.
I worked on the top floor.
Did they have heating on too much?
Well, no, no, they didn't. It was an old building, you see.
Oh, it's cold
This
then.
is when I worked in Gloucester. It was an old building,
Should have put the heat on.
and well, here's the thing: there are legal rules
Legal rules.
about how hot a workplace can be.
Oh.
Surely
What,
there are for
max,
cold as well,
Min
though,
and
right?
max.
Well, here's the thing: there is a maximum legal temperature for like working. I don't know what it is, but it's like there comes a point where if it gets too hot, it's an unsafe workplace. You're not allowed to work.
Surely so many places are going to be fucked by that every
Falling
summer
afoul.
now.
Well, this is going to be the problem.
Considering
isn't
it's 40 degrees every
it?
summer.
Yeah,
now.
this is the terrifying thing.
Oh, I see.
But I remember this one winter, everybody was so cold in the office because it was an old building and the windows didn't seal. We were on the top floor.
Nice.
We were all sitting there wearing coats,
Shivering.
wearing gloves, typing
Oh my
like at the keyboard.
This is
And-
like some Ebenezer Scrooge shit.
yeah, and people are going like getting started to like revolt and go like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, at what point can we legally walk out? And that's
Yeah.
when we discovered there is no legal lower limit. You could be working like
Is there
minus
really?
4.
Wow.
You know, and
I suppose that's because people work outside.
because people like you are like, put a coat on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Good. Well, they should.
Right, should, yeah.
But let's like road workers, probably that's why.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they
it's
must
so
work
true.
in those temperatures
How do you
all the
enforce
time.
it?
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to get anyone up a mountain.
Whereas obviously
laying
if it's
pipe.
too hot, Yeah, exactly.
Mountain pipe.
Yeah.
The old mountain pipe.
How's he going to lay that pipe?
Yeah.
Someone's got to lay a pipe up a mountain.
But then if it's too hot, road workers would be probably one of the first ones to go home, I would think.
It'd be like
I might be wrong.
If it gets too hot, all the road workers start kind of stripping. It's like flash tanks.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like a Coke advert.
They've got like they're pouring bitumen and they're like kind of under it, like showering.
Yeah.
on a chair.
Bitumen.
Yeah.
God.
So anyway, the heating
battle
war,
rages
sorry.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue.
You hate it. You hate the war.
I hate the war.
Hate
Right,
the war,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't want to disagree about these kinds of things,
Oh,
John.
that's quite nice
Yeah,
of
that's
you.
fair.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say like I hate my wife's
I don't
opinions.
want. I don't want to. No. Just about the heating.
And the
Sure.
ships you sailed in on as well.
I don't want to. I don't want it to be too cold, but equally, I don't want to be too hot. So I'm really caught in the middle here
Indeed.
of my own argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's really thinking about how much of a victim you are.
No, especially not me. So yeah. So there you go.
Ah, well.
Please, it's John. Oh, I thought you were doing a single tier
Yeah.
movement. There.
No, I can't even bring myself to do that. I was
No.
like
No,
scratching my
to
side
be
of
fair,
my
I'm
head.
with Liz on this. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's unlucky for you.
Fine.
I can go.
Fine.
I can go see the middle ground. But I'm a bit like it's less about temperature. It's more about like if there's a problem, I
Yeah.
want to solve it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if someone goes like, "Oh, I'm really cold," I'm like, "Let's turn the heating up." Then it's like, "No, let's not do that." And I'm like,
I've become. I feel like I've become more amiable, slightly with it.
You're compromising.
A little.
Okay.
'Cause I'm such a great bloke.
Sure. Yeah.
No, you laughed then.
"You're really mellowing."
We didn't
yeah.
jump.
laughed
We
with
didn't
fo-
jump in affirmative on that really
No.
quickly, did we?
You laughed first.
Laughed first,
I noticed
yeah.
that. I noticed.
It's all right.
that.
You'll forget about it.
But I don't want the heating on all the time, and I will decline.
Sure.
I'd rather someone put a jumper on.
Okay.
If you came around my house and said I'm a bit cold, I'd be like, go home.
Leave.
Go-
you
go
know.
home
You know
then.
the
Yeah.
door is. Yeah.
Crank it up, Chris.
Yeah.
Crank it up, Chris. Bit cold in here.
Never would.
Hey, Chris, crank it up.
Never would. I'd be too hot by then because there'd already be 6 people in my house.
Actually, that's fair. When a load of people come
When a
in,
load of people
that's the best
come
way to
around,
warm up.
bloody
Yeah.
hell,
Have a party.
does it get hot?
Yeah.
And
Little
you're,
furnaces.
and you're walking around in a t-shirt because
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a
Or
t-shirt.
bottomless.
I'm
Depends
Donald,
on the
I'm
party,
Donald
to
Duck
be
in
honest.
it.
Yeah.
Every house party.
Winnie the Poohing it.
Yeah.
yeah, you got a problem. You know the door is. Leave it open.
Yeah, leave it open. Get a draft going.
Oh, it's warm in here.
New Year's Eve.
that's
New Year's
right,
Eve, man.
Let a bit of snow in. Come on.
Yeah.
When I lived in Canada, when I first moved to Canada, I lived in this big shared house. I think I've talked about it before. And our landlady lived next door.
Oh, this was that. Yes.
Yeah, she was a bit of a monster, and we didn't have like smoke alarms.
Nah, I don't need
worked.
those.
We just had like we had a thermostat.
Canadians have they have snow alarms instead.
Like our house was so cold, and there was like a thermostat on the wall. And we were like, and
Frozen.
we'd like turn it and go like, is that doing anything?
Is it like a
And
prop?
then, like, it kind of it just came off.
It's just glued on.
It wasn't anything. It was
It's like a milk bottle lid stuck onto a shoebox.
what, like a bit of pen
It's
saying
just,
hot.
it's just a bit of tape and it just says temperature on it.
The temperature is spelled wrong.
Yeah, temperature and then a tick next to it. It's just right according to this.
No joke. We, as a house of like 9, we complained to her, going like, "We're freezing to death." And she said, "All right, I'll come over. And well, we can talk about it." And she came in her coat, and literally, she walked in and goes, "God, it's warm in here." Like, really? Yeah, like making this big
What a power play.
theatrical display of like rubbing her hands, going, "Oh, it's warm
it's
in
toasty
here."
in here.
Oh God.
Oh, what a treat. Anyway, what do you want to talk about?
Those are the heating wars. That's
heating
an
wars,
expansion of
yeah.
the heating wars.
true,
Everyone's
yeah.
got their own heating war,
That's very true.
and I think it's gonna tear people apart. But not me.
Not you.
No,
No,
you'll
You'll
be
be all right.
I'll be all right. I'll be fine. I'll just say yeah, turn it on. But I don't enjoy the war.
That's fair.
There you go.
Well, I've got hate.
Nick's got a hate. Nick's got a hate.
Okay.
All right then.
Have either of you heard of ghost kitchens? And it's not kitchen with a ghost in it.
Okay.
Then no.
Then no. I found out about these from the internet because that's really the only place I find about anything
Oh,
about anyone. But
The internet's
basically,
going to be huge, I think.
I think it'll catch on.
Yeah.
Ghost kitchens are when you order something from like Deliveroo or Just Eat or something.
Oh.
But then you look at the restaurant and you're like, hang on, there isn't a restaurant there. Because maybe you know the street, maybe you know the address, or you see like it's called like Go Go Perry Perry Go Perry Go or something, and you're like, that's a weird name.
It's like this. Don't worry about it.
No, it's probably fine.
Move on.
Yeah, and it's got a logo that looks like they've stolen it from
It's
somewhere.
the chili,
It's got
but
a
it's different
watermark.
colours. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Nando's chili.
Yeah.
Happy Good Time Food Place shop.
Yeah.
Is that the Laughing Cow? What is that?
Yeah, what do you sell?
Cheese.
There's a shop, just on a side note to that, there's a shop round the corner from us called Gloucester Birds and Furries Are Us.
Yes.
Oh, I've seen that.
It's quite well
place.
known around here.
Yeah, but then doesn't it have a little suffix where it's like Gloucester Birds and Furries Are Us and reptiles?
And reptiles, and it's in Cheltenham.
Yeah.
So it's not even in Gloucester.
Yeah, great work, guys. So yeah, basically, ghost kitchens are a really big thing, much bigger in America. But ever since Deliveroo and Just Eat and all these chaps got on the scene, loads of people are like, I could set up a restaurant, and I don't even need to have a restaurant to set up a restaurant.
Yeah.
All I need to do is cook shit out of my kitchen, and then make a logo and a name, just call it Go Go Peri Peri Go Peri Go Go Peri, and find a logo that's still got the watermark on it. Post that up there, and then of course the driver just shows up to your door.
Yeah.
You're number wise.
Collects
Yeah, you buy some bags off eBay or whatever, hand that over, they fuck off and take the food to the person, right?
But you go on.
What's the crime? That's going to be my
Well,
question.
what's the crime? And as an extension of that, technically that is a kitchen. That is a restaurant.
It is. I think
Technically.
the ghost part of it is the fact that it isn't a physical
licensed.
fronted
Yeah,
restaurant.
because you have an assumption, don't you?
Yeah.
That, like I'm
ordering from
when I order from Go Perry Go Perry
Go Perry Go
Go Perry Go.
Perry brackets Perry squared.
I have an assumption that I can walk down the high street and see, the iconic,
very very long banner.
Yeah.
the iconic.
Goes across onto boots.
I was going to say boots. And the logo, the iconic logo.
The iconic Go Go Perry Perry Go Perry Go Go Perry logo.
The palette swap Nando's logo. I was
Exactly.
like,
It's just
iconic. It's the rooster looking
It's
the
just
other way.
the abbreviation of it.
So here's the
It's quite
crime.
much shorter.
okay, he's crime.
Crime is twofold. One,
What's the issue?
you can't. They don't get hygiene checked.
Yeah. It's a victimless crime apart from the customers, really.
Yeah, so that's part one. Part two is that a lot of big brands are making ghost kitchens. So Nando's might set up Go Go Peri Go, and they might also set up Peri Peri Go Peri Go Peri, and they might also set up Peri 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 Peri, and they might also set up Go. Right, and so there's these 4 restaurants, and they all
Go's not very imaginative, is it?
Go.
no one goes there.
Go, yeah.
Ironically.
Yeah.
So all these restaurants, they all have unique logos, and this is like fact, right? I'm not making this shit up. They all have their own unique logos and their own unique names. They're actually far more imaginative. They'll be like, the Cockerel Grill and hot food, hot stuff for chums, that sort of thing. I was really struggling there.
Hot stuff.
Hot stuff for chums. So all of these restaurants, right? You think they're new restaurants, but they're actually all just Nando's masquerading as independent
But why?
because they want to dominate the space.
Right, so everything is just coming from.
So you go to look at Perry and it gets 7 search results in your local area, and they're all fucking Nando's.
Yeah.
But then there's one
Well, you're
independent.
looking at 7 different menus, effectively.
Yeah.
So you got.
They're all
I
Nando's.
really feel like some spicy chicken tonight.
Yeah.
So
What kind?
you look on Deliveroo. There's 7 options. You're saying they're all coming from the same.
They can be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there'll be one which is a genuine independent business who's trying to strike out with their own recipe. They'll just get completely swamped, dwarfed, hidden by this one kitchen that is servicing essentially 7 different restaurants. But 7 sounds a lot, right?
Yeah.
There's a recorded
really does.
example in America of one kitchen operating 45
Mad.
different outlets on Deliveroo.
Wait, and is
Or Uber Eats.
I guess my question is, if each of those 45 are just breaded chicken.
Well, this is the weird thing. They're not.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
This
So what
is
they'll do is they'll
interesting.
segment their menu.
Right, okay.
So Nando's is a bad example because Nando's pretty much just makes.
Beheaded and breaded.
That's another
Just thinking of names of restaurants now.
Delicious.
You took a swing at the wrong moment there.
Creamy mash and other stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Cluck tuck,
Oh yeah, there you go. So they segment their menu.
Creamy
so,
mash and Mimi Crash.
So maybe somewhere like Son of Steak, for example, has steaks and has burgers and has chicken burgers and maybe has like salads, right?
Yeah.
They would segment all those 4 different
Oh, I
zones
see.
as 4 different restaurants. They'd be like Burger Boys Squad, right?
Yeah.
And that would be the burger section of the menu.
Sure.
And then it'd be like Steak Bitch. I don't know. Would be the steak section of the menu, right?
No, steak. Which makes it an idea. Steak bitch should got an offer on.
Oh,
I'm not eating somewhere called Steak Bitch. Well, don't worry, we don't have to go.
No, don't worry.
Don't worry, they don't exist.
It's not really there.
It's a fictional restaurant.
Okay.
I feel like I would go to Steak Bitch.
Well, to be
honest.
fair,
if I saw like a logo for that, I'd be like, yeah, all right.
I'll buy. Yeah.
the first thing that went through my head when I found out about ghost kitchens was I could set one up.
I could do that.
I could do that. I could have like the catamaran burger joint or something.
So what do you
Sausage rolls.
What is more?
Flying out.
It's flying out.
So what do you think is more? What's your bigger issue here? Is it like?
It's the little guy, John.
Is it the kind of like established kitchen, which is like we're gonna lie and say that we're like a sushi restaurant and a fondue restaurant and like burgers?
Imagine delivering fondue to your house.
Just a
guy just shows up with the fountain.
Balancing it on the...
It's like, you can't take the fountain, so just eat it in the porch, and then I'll take it away with me.
It's just in this paper bag.
That is a drippy paper bag,
It's
sir.
got a handful of wet cheese.
Just use the
There you
sticks.
go,
Just
there you
I'll
go.
stay here for 5 minutes and then you're done.
Can you have worn gloves? No. Yeah, I just can't.
In this economy.
This economy.
Can't afford gloves.
Got a heat war at home.
I've used 5 pairs last night doing the same thing.
I filled a glove with cheese.
I would be interested to know, here's a psychological experiment for you. If someone ordered from all 7 restaurants, same menu, and then had everything, but then was like, oh, that, restaurant number 4, cluckety fuck, was awful, wasn't it?
Yeah,
but
terrible,
wouldn't that be
yeah.
interesting? But I much preferred restaurant number 2.
Well, here's the thing.
Beaky Blinders.
The way I found out about ghost kitchens was thanks to a very good YouTuber whose content I watch called Eddie Burback. And he did exactly that.
There you go.
He found 9 restaurants that he managed to work out based on their addresses, because they have to put their address in,
Sure.
that they were all the same kitchen.
They're all the same thing, yeah.
And so he went for each of them. All the restaurants had different menus, but he found one item that was on all of them. It was like a fish finger burger sandwich, like battered cod sandwich. It looked really good, actually.
Yeah.
So we ordered one from each of the restaurants, came home.
Okay, yeah.
Is that right?
No, yeah.
And then he got them
yeah.
all out, and they all looked identical. They were in the same packaging. And then he tried them all, and he said they all tasted identical.
Yeah.
But this is the interesting thing. So that's like, we have an offering,
Yep.
but we're going to come up with 10 different names.
Yeah, they were all different names.
And then the illusion of choice is
Yeah.
going to mean that people are going to...
I'd be interested in if people didn't know already.
Oh.
You know what I mean? If you ordered, if he did that, but he gave it to his wife.
A blind taste test
Yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever.
And then
Yeah.
which one's your favourite?
Oh,
be
people would
interesting.
probably pick a favourite.
Yeah,
even if
it'd be
they were
interesting.
identical.
But the really interesting thing would be, so say you make like a breaded fish sandwich or something, and the question would be, I'm going to set up like 10 ghost kitchens, with all the names under the sun,
no teeth.
No,
For some reason. Question mark.
no teeth, a flounder pounder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grabbable meats.
Neptune's taint,
Yeah.
He got it all. And then you're like, okay, so I fancy a filet-o-fish sandwich. Each of these restaurants is offering a remarkably similar looking filet-o-fish sandwich.
Yeah, sometimes the photography is just the same.
They're all the same price.
Yes, they are almost always the same price.
This is a really interesting thing, though. I like maybe a psychologist or like a game theorist would tell you that what you should do is that you should price them all slightly differently.
Yes.
Even though it's the same product. Because then, like, the more affluent people will go, like, I want
a luxury
I want a
sandwich.
nicer
Oh
one.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then the poros might go, I want a cheapo sandwich.
I want a budget choice.
But everyone's getting the same thing.
Yeah,
That might be illegal.
None of this is good.
Well, no.
So when they like put an address out,
Yeah.
with a fake address, whose address is it?
So there's 2 kinds of ghost kitchen.
Okay.
There's the kind where it is a brand like Nando's, and they are operating 10 other restaurants, made up restaurants out of that place.
Masquerading, yeah.
And so the address on all of those, plus actual Nando's, will be the same Nando's establishment address, right? And they'll just get a shit ton of orders into the same kitchen.
Right.
Then there's
they'll just call it something else.
Exactly.
I see.
Then there's the truly ghost kitchen, where it's literally just a blank industrial warehouse building in a industrial estate.
Yeah.
And there's nothing on the outside, But there is a door because, of course, the drivers have to show up to get the
Sure.
food. And when they go in, because I've seen footage of what it's like inside these weird complexes, there's just a load of hatches on the wall that are all different numbers. And the driver will have a number, and
Right.
his will be behind the hatch. He'll just grab the bag out of there.
So they don't even see like
Don't
a
even
human
see
being.
a human being. There's a screen on the wall that says his name, the
But
driver's name.
how do they get it there? The restaurant.
It's there.
It's
It's,
alre-
it's,
but
it's
it's
in the
behind-
industrial
but it's
unit, but it's
behind a
behind the wall
wall.
of doors. It's like an advent calendar of food. And the kitchen is behind that.
Yeah.
And it's one
Oh.
massive industrial kitchen with like 30 cooks in it. And they're just making wildly
I
different
see.
cuisines.
I
to order.
thought you meant it was an empty building.
No,
Like,
no,
like,
no, it's a
someone from
kitchen.
Nando's just drops
Yeah.
a load of shit
It's a
off.
kitchen, you just can't see anything
I
that's going on in
understand.
there. And because it's not visible to either customers or
Mm.
really the greater sort of restaurant system, it doesn't get hygiene checked.
Yeah.
It doesn't get checked really at all.
Yeah.
And they're cropping up all the time because
Yeah.
it's like super easy business.
You've got to wonder, haven't you? Because like I imagine in the UK it might be different in different countries, and I've never really thought about this, but yeah, probably as you say, there are licenses you have to apply for, and
Yeah.
like you've got to be like
To
checked.
be
and
certainly
everything.
if you want to be a public restaurant, because
Yeah.
of course you've got things like just basic insurance, people coming into your door,
Yeah.
and then you've got like insurance in case they get poisoned or whatever, and
Yeah.
then your staff are all checked that they can actually cook food and cook it properly and all that kind of stuff. Not so with this though, because it's all an online transaction, you know, and it's basically an invisible establishment because it doesn't have to go through the same hoops that you do to set up a restaurant, which is terrifying.
Yeah, which is wild though, because
We could have ordered from these without even knowing. Now they're
Yeah.
less common in the UK because of space.
Yeah.
Because America's just got so much like of these kinds of units that they can just fill with like kitchens and stuff.
Yeah.
That it's very easy for them to set it up. But for us, there's fewer. But we get more of the brand ones where Nando's is masquerading
Yeah.
as 10 different.
I feel like a load of these popped up during COVID.
Yes.
During the
Yeah.
pandemic.
Big
It's
time.
the kind of thing that they would do.
Because I remember, I think I've talked about it on air before, but like when in the first lockdown, Lucy and I found like this amazing, like so good. It was called like the Hogless Roast.
Oh, I remember you saying
Incredible, like vegan burgers. It's incredible.
Incredible.
Like, so good.
Wow, what if that was Nando's?
Well, no, because no meat haters,
Yeah.
no meat haters. But no, but it turns out they were like a wedding catering company.
Yes, this is the third
Oh,
kind of ghost kitchen.
Ah, yeah.
So there are three actually, and one of them is mobile vans.
And then during
Yeah.
lockdown, they were like, we got all this stock
And all
We've
this
got-
ability
we've
to
got
cook
shift
stuff.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to take up a residence somewhere so that the biker delivery
He's
bikers
gotta come
know where
somewhere.
to go.
Yeah, yeah.
But other than that, you could just be
So
Yeah.
they could just put it in their garden, couldn't they? With that one. If they were
Yeah,
a
yeah,
van,
you could do anything.
put it in
yeah.
their garden and then just delivery goes there.
Yeah. The it's funny you mention this because like I feel I kind of got this weird sense memory about reading something about like people setting up you know, you got like Airbnb.
Yeah.
And Airbnb is like it's kind of an illegal grey area because they're not
Yeah.
quite hotels, but there's nothing
You can argue it's private enterprise.
yeah, there's nothing illegal about saying
No.
like you can crash on my bed
Not really.
But
For,
also-
for money.
for money.
For money,
Yeah.
please.
In a formal transaction.
But I feel like there was some app or there was some service which was a bit like this, but for
Cooking
from home. Yeah,
meals.
like-
yeah, there was. I remember this.
yeah, and it was kind of like I have a kitchen table that seats 2 people,
I could kind of be a restaurant.
and I will cook you a meal.
Yeah.
And I'm not a restaurant, so I don't have to
No.
be like legally
Yeah.
checked or like health inspected, but I'm paying you, an
Yeah.
individual. No, sorry, you as an individual.
your-
me-
yeah.
If you pay me 200 quid, I
It's
will cook
kind of
this for
like
you.
it's like semantics, isn't it? Because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm just having some people round for dinner. No one has to have legal checks for that. It's like, yeah, but they're strangers and they paid
Yeah.
you for it. But also, there's no law. Like, I could have you both over for dinner and charge you for that.
Yeah.
Be a bit of a weird thing to do.
That'd be mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could call it a steak bitch. I could just say, "Sure, on steak bitch."
Oh, I
tonight."
pay then. Yeah.
You put a sign up above the door, like you'll hand draw a sign. Oh, steak bitch.
like a lemonade stand or something.
Where are you off to? Oh, I'm going to go to Steak Bitch.
Go to steak
tonight.
bitch tonight. Yeah. Oh, it's steak bitch Thursday.
Open the door, is that you? Like a tea towel over one arm, no trousers. Hello, sir.
Formal on the top.
Let me show you to your
Bitch,
table.
bitch on the bottom.
And then I look at both of you, and you both aren't wearing trousers either. It's like steak bitch.
Come on in.
Come on in, you pair of steak bitches.
Yeah.
And we all
That'd be
shake
good.
wangs. I mean, ham. Yeah. So it's not only bad, obviously, for like hygiene reasons and busting the little guy out of the restaurant space reasons, but also I just think it's like kind of like morally, like I don't know, ethically
you know that thing where
questionable.
you're like, I don't know what I don't know what law is being broken.
Yeah.
But it feels...
It's a classic example
Feels
of like
dirty.
capitalism excuses all. You know, it's like, well, why wouldn't I want to make more money by setting up another fake business that just services from the same kitchen? But it's like, well, maybe the reason why you wouldn't want to do it is because it's kind of a bit shit to do.
Yeah.
Maybe that.
But what if... I get what you're saying.
Yeah, come on.
But I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying,
You're
man.
square.
I understand your words.
But what if I want like a kind of like a triple beef patty that's pink in the middle, like
Well, exactly,
and
yeah.
served me out of a 1980s briefcase. You know,
Yeah.
Like, what if I want that? That's my
That's
my
your
right.
choice as a consumer.
In a briefcase.
Yeah.
No, it's true. Yeah, I can't
Served
argue
in a
with that.
deflated basketball.
Served in a closed Mighty Max.
What if
Nothing but hairnet. Come on!
Come on!
Come on!
What if I want the freedom to press a button on an app and then have a sweaty man called Sven? Oh, delivery man's coming close. I see a sweaty man called Sven run around the corner, holding in both hands a bundle of tinfoil, and shove that into my.
Oh, I like the idea that he's just holding a burger, but it's not wrapped up. He's just holding it in two hands.
Burning his hand.
Take it! Take the burger! I'm dying! Yeah, maybe we all want that. And in which case, this is the answer.
Yeah, this is truly the answer.
So, thank you. Is that is that your hair? Some of it.
Yeah. Oh yes, it has burnt the skin off.
I didn't ask for
several
ketchup.
places.
No, that's blood. Oh, Sven.
This is why the law is nonsense.
Yeah.
Because you can get around it with words.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Any law.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible
Yeah.
until you do it once.
Why do we even have laws?
And then they stop
Yeah.
it.
If you can get around them with words.
Mind you, do you remember when we went to ostensibly a bricks and mortar restaurant in our hometown, Cooltown?
Cooltown, UK.
And about halfway through the meal, I looked up and there was a rat
Running along this sort of high
yeah.
skirting board.
The
I know
lighting
exactly.
balcony,
I
yeah.
don't think I was there actually, but I know exactly
Yeah.
where it was.
Yeah, I was there and never been that close visibly to a rat in an eating establishment.
no.
That was quite an experience.
haven't been back, oddly enough.
Did you
No.
tell him?
Yes,
We
we did.
did.
I said, I do.
We were very polite about it.
So sorry.
So sorry to bother you.
I do think there's a live rat
Yeah.
chewing on the mood lighting up there, and it's like,
Yeah, she
Didn't do anything.
She looked up. She made eye contact with it.
Did she give you a discount?
In her defence.
in her mild defence, if she
Yeah.
pulled out a gun and shot it, I
Imagine
probably
that.
I probably would have been more horrified.
What she could have said, "I'm so sorry."
They gave us
you
our
can leave.
food
Would
for
you like-
free, I think.
Did
Didn't
they?
Or they definitely gave us a discount.
Okay.
We got a slight discount. We never.
We
went,
didn't ask for it.
We never went back. And
We did not ever
Never
go
actually
back.
ordered takeaway from
They were
them.
just
We
like-
used to get takeaway from there all the
Their
time.
takeaway
as well.
was great.
Yeah,
Had
yeah.
a certain kind of
Had a certain ratty kind of-
savoury quality to it.
What is that meat?
Mystery
if they give
meat.
you a discount, they're hoping you won't tell people. Basically,
Like-
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Or like say it on a podcast that goes out to literally millions.
It's too
of
late. We haven't
people.
named it.
We haven't named them. No.
No, that's true.
No, that's true.
Wakami,
yeah.
Cheltenham. Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Look, we saw a rat.
It's not illegal.
Yeah, I stand up in court and say, yes, I did see a rat there. No, I haven't eaten there since.
I went to Pizza Express in Manchester. Pizza Express?
Pizza, go, go, go.
Yeah.
Go, go, pizza,
And
go,
we saw a
go.
mouse run down the stairs.
mouse?
Yeah.
A mouse, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was recently. That was a few weeks
Well,
ago.
that makes sense. There's cheese there.
Yeah.
There is cheese in a
there is
pizza
cheese
place.
there. There is cheese
there is cheese there.
Was that mouse riding on the head of a chef?
That's why the pizza's so good. Ravioli pizza.
Eat it. Just holds the head up. Eat it.
I've got a hate.
Yes.
I hate edgy teenage internet avatars.
Edgy teenage internet avatars. Okay, right.
Okay.
Edgy teenage internet avatars.
Teenage internet avatars. I'd watch that show.
Avatars on the internet.
We all work in admin. Life is sour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
No, so this was brought to my attention lately because it's rather rewarding to see the younger generation repeating all the same mistakes that we made.
Gradually lose their shit.
Nobody learns.
Yeah,
anything.
nobody learns anything. So like everything old is new again. It feels like the 90s are coming around again. A youth fashion.
Sure.
Bucket hats.
Bucket hats.
Bucket hats
yeah.
are back.
They're
Bucket
back,
hats are back
baby.
and-
And how?
They're at football.
And this time you can get a burger inside them.
I think I still have my old bucket hat from like the early noughties.
Really? I never had a
had-
bucket hat.
Had an England badge on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes it really.
Yeah, it was blue. It's now purple.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Sweat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sweat, I guess.
So yeah, 90s are cool.
So, I think we were kind of lucky, all of us, because
Yes, we're very cool.
I don't think any of us. Well, I mean, you were too cool, Chris Ray.
Yes.
You're a very earthy, very down to earth kind of fellow.
Earthy.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Okay, I feel Nick might get this when I explain it.
Okay.
Is this something you're gonna have to explain to me?
Maybe, but I think you'll get
Okay.
it when you see it. But like, there's a thing where
Fish out of water.
if you were, say, quite teenage and in an online space,
Sure.
you might start kind of expressing yourself online.
Oh, yeah,
And
you got
going
it.
like, you've got that kind of like, you've really found yourself.
You've got a very unique identity.
Yeah, you're 15 and you've really worked out who you are, and that's probably not going to change as you develop as a
No.
person. But like, you're really.
I am solidly a Sonic the Hedgehog character now.
Yeah, you're really connecting with people on MySpace or DeviantArt
Or MSN Messenger.
or MSN Messenger. You're really
I was thinking about it.
yeah, you're really getting.
As soon
into
as you brought
people.
this up,
And you're like, I've got it, man. Like
this is it.
I've seen reality. Like,
Yeah,
I
I've
get
been
it
around
now.
the block.
I'm 15. I've seen it all. I've kind of I've worked it out, man. I really get it now. And life, it's all just a sham, isn't it? Everything's nonsense. Everything's a big joke.
It's the man who's after you. Is what
I
it is.
need an avatar to go in my thumbnail image that really captures my dark spirit, my dark soul.
Yeah, right.
And that's where you start. So basically, you will get, you would get like an internet avatar. Back in the day when we used this kind of terminology, you go like, "Hi, I'm Dark Angel, 1982."
Okay.
And their thumbnail would be like an illustrated. The word is doing a lot of heavy lifting there, but image of like a pale-skinned teenager with like long black hair
Over their eyes.
and like one eye will be red and they'll have
Oh,
like
yeah.
big black wings and maybe like a
Nice.
spiked collar and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hi." And they're like,
I'm
Dark Angel.
I'm Dark Angel 1982. Yeah, hit me up for collabs or commissions.
My best friend at secondary school, so like year 7, year 8, we were like 13, 14, whatever. His online username was Biomorphs.
Jesus.
And I remember thinking, that is fucking cool. that is so fucking rad.
Biomorph. It sounds like
Biomorphs. He still goes by it today.
more
Wow.
from like the Tony Hart
Kind of
show.
ironically now.
It's the MP for Chipping Norton.
Yeah.
I vote for Biomorphs.
Would be all right.
by a landslide. Biomorphs.
Biomorphs.
My age of tyranny is upon us.
Oh no!
I'm thinking he's like an animorph. He spent too long as a hawk. He's like, "Caw!"
I'm stuck in orc form.
I'm imagining like Morph, the plasticine character.
Well, usually
But in, like, an evil setting.
Plasticine hawk. Yeah.
Anyway, the reason I bring this up is, like I said, it's very gratifying to see newer generations making the same mistake we
It
made
is
before.
indeed, yeah.
So it was brought to my attention that there is a YouTuber
Oh yes.
Oh, a YouTuber.
who I believe went by the name Corpse Husband.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck me. Okay, I mean that's gone pretty far.
So
There's edgy, and then
That
there's
sounds like,
like
one of those randomly generated ones. Where
I
you go
know
on a website and just
it doesn't
spin
sound
it.
real, does it?
he's fallen off the edge.
But apparently, and I've never watched any of his content, and I'm quite glad to have never done this. His entire gimmick was he would read, like do readings on his videos of popular creepypastas.
Okay.
Do you know what a creepypasta is?
No.
Well,
I know what a pasta is.
no, but
Pasta's
I
delicious.
envy you sometimes that you don't
Yeah.
have this shit. So a creepypasta is like a horror
Short
short
story.
horror story that someone wrote online.
Okay.
But it's
Often-
kind of masquerades as though it's true.
Yeah.
So
it's
it's
like-
it's like a found footage style.
Kind of, yeah.
thing.
So it'll be like there's a
Yeah.
guy who lives 2 doors down from my house on one day, and it builds up and builds up in the story, and then one
Right.
day you realise his arms are 9 foot long, and he reaches out the window up at your window.
And
it's
if you're
really
not
creepy.
careful, he'll come for you.
And it's like
yeah.
it kind of starts out as like it might be true, and then at the
Yeah.
end you're like, oh, it's just a horror.
And then
story.
it's like, please share with 10 people. You know?
Otherwise, you'll
Please
have
like
bad
and
luck.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Yes,
Yeah.
it's very, very shitty.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So his gimmick was he would read stuff that he didn't create. Now this is something for another day, but like his
Yeah,
entire
right.
gimmick was you never saw his face.
Did you put a voice filter on?
Well, no, apparently.
Corpses.
Well, apparently, I've never watched the guy's videos, but apparently he was known for having a very deep voice.
Hello, it's me.
So I'm just kind of picturing, but
I
like
am the corpse husband.
you never saw his face, but I'm kind of just getting this kind of vibe that his stuff would be like, hello, and today I will be reading the story of the spooky ghost monster. You know,
Today we're going through the scary door.
and then
I'll be reading Spot the Dog.
yeah, you get
kind
kind
of
of.
thing.
In a scary way.
But then
Yeah,
he
Spot went to the park.
That's really good.
but he inexplicably.
He saw a Red Bull. What's that, he wondered. The Red Bull vanished behind the bush, and Spot followed it.
Like
Getting
and
drunk.
subscribe.
Subscribe. Click on part 2.
Yeah, click the button.
Join my Discord. So my point is, he had his big thing seemed to be that he had a deep voice, and he would read stuff that he didn't create.
Sure.
And
I mean, anyone could do that.
anyone could do that.
Yeah.
And then inexplicably, he got quite popular.
Sure.
And you never saw his face.
Right.
You never saw his face. So he.
I feel like this is leading somewhere because
Yeah.
you keep reminding us that you never see his face.
Well,
Never see his
my
face.
point is that
Yeah.
because you never saw his face, all you had to go on was his avatar image. Which,
I see,
And
right.
bear in mind, he's called Corpse Husband. So his avatar.
Could I
image-
guess?
Yeah, okay. It's in the vibe of what I've been talking about.
I'm
so
imagining a severed head with like a lady holding it.
that's more creative.
Okay.
No,
That's actually too good.
that's
Okay.
actually too good.
I apologise.
What it is a face. It's a
Right.
face, a little bit anime-esque.
Okay.
You know,
Big eye.
Yeah, big eye. Only like most of the face.
Mm.
So you've got like a human eye.
Yeah.
But the rest of the face is like a kind of skull.
Oh,
Or
nice.
like a kind of gnarly purple skull kind of thing.
That's really
Whoa.
cool.
He's got like a really sick like black emo fringe.
Oh, fuck.
And then
Sounds
like
so cool.
you know Donnie Darko?
Yeah.
There was an evil rabbit called Frank
Yeah.
in that. He's got like one rabbit ear.
Oh.
That's weird.
Just for one. Well, you know, asymmetry, Nick.
That's cool.
You've never designed a character in your life.
I wouldn't
so
know.
you probably
Yeah.
wouldn't understand
Yeah,
what makes
exactly.
good characters. Yeah. He's got like one kind of like evil rabbit ear coming up. And people became obsessed with this dude because they're like, oh my god, his voice is incredible.
Yeah.
And like
And have you seen that?
have you seen that avatar? And people draw fan art of this dude.
They draw fan art of the avatar
Yes.
of this guy.
Yes.
Who
Yeah.
drew his avatar?
And I don't know. I did
Like
not,
an AI or
I did
something?
not die. No,
That was
it
too
is-
long
This
ago
was
for
a
that.
a bit too long ago
Okay.
for AI to be a thing. But yeah, so my point is like, it's people are drawing fan art because they're like, oh my god, his voice is incredible.
Yeah.
They're like, his avatar he's so edgy. He's really capturing like
Sure.
the darkness of the heart of reality. Like
Yeah, man.
and so because I was reading about this cultural phenomenon that was Corpse Husband, I was oh thank you kindly.
Oh, I'll have one of those.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nicholas, you've changed.
Well, I don't want another big one, but I'll have a little tinny.
Oh,
And I love
have a
Corey
little
as well. Look at that.
Oh,
Corey from Cornshire.
that's
Yeah,
nice.
indeed.
Thank you.
What a
Anyway,
treat.
my point is, I've had to look at quite a lot of very embarrassing
Horny.
fan art, slightly horny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, nobody knows who this man looks like. Well, they do now. That's beside the point.
Oh, I
but-
see.
Oh, has he
yeah.
done a
He
face
revealed
reveal?
himself.
No,
am Corpse
somebody
Husband.
else revealed his face.
Did they really?
Yeah, and
That
he
doesn't
actually
seem-
That
yeah.
feels like an invasion of privacy.
It was, and he actually went offline because of it. Because he just looked like some dude.
Oh yeah.
He was, no matter what, he would have been disappointing.
Hmm.
Even if he was one of the most beautiful people in the world, he doesn't look like a half-skeletal bunny monster. So everyone would have been like,
Yeah.
it looks rubbish.
Anyway, so this kind of ties
Unless he
in.
does
Imagine
look
if he
like
did,
that.
yeah.
that's the thing, yeah.
But this kind-
Maybe
this-
that's a photo.
but my point is, this kind of ties into a bit of a listener hate that was kind of submitted
Oh, really?
about this.
Oh, I don't read those.
No, I don't either.
But about the idea being that like the hate was that this person was very, very tired of the overdone trope of like in like young adult fiction or frankly in like adult fiction, which
Yeah.
is like, what if
What if?
there were angels and demons?
Oh my god, it's so original already.
Only like the angels
Yeah, tell me.
were kind
Were
of
the demons?
were kind of bad as well.
Yes.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that literally flips the script on everything I've ever known.
Would they Would they live in the same place?
Well, I think you're already overthinking.
You're already
it.
thinking too
yeah,
creatively.
yeah.
Again,
Sorry,
could you
sorry.
stop being so
So I'm
creative?
so creative.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think this is.
It's a gift and a curse, isn't it?
I
Of course
just,
you have to bear.
my point is that I guess from an anthropological position, I find it fascinating that every generation, if left alone for long enough with the internet, will think that, man, it'd be fucking cool if I drew some black wings on me.
The first
Yeah.
I have made comics in my life.
Oh, have you?
That's something
Yeah.
I've done. I've dabbled, you know. And one of the very first ideas I ever had when I was like 13 for a comic story was about spaceships that cut through reality to hell, and and demons came out of that reality into our reality, and the only way to fight them was to cut the other way into heaven to recruit angels to fight the demons. But then it turned out that the angels weren't interested in helping us either. That's literally a story. Why do we do this?
Why do people do this?
I honestly thought as a kid, I was like, this is the most original,
Yeah.
original shit I've ever come up with. And it's like I was watching Evangelion, which is all about angels being bad. I was reading The Subtle Knife, which is all about a knife that can cut through reality. Like, not an original thought. Not a single original thought in my head.
I think this is why football might actually be really important, because while you were discovering football, I too was reading The Subtle Knife and watching Evangelion, and I came up with my first idea for a comic, which is called Dark Force, which is about
remember Dark Force.
You remember Dark Force, which is about like demons and angels. Only it turns out they weren't that different.
Da-da-da-do.
Why does this keep happening? Why is that?
Why do we keep defaulting to that?
If you give a teenager a pencil, why do they all write Dark Force? Like, why can't this be stopped?
Do you think it's something to do with the fact that we're going to school at like Christian schools?
Yeah.
And we're singing hymns about angels and Gabriel and all this shit. And then the most rebellious thing we can think to do is to say, what are those angels about?
Some of the kids were like smoking weed behind the bike shed.
And we were like, what if angels?
No, I'm taking this down from the inside.
Yeah. My first idea for a comic was about a striker who scored a lot of goals.
A striker.
It was called Johnny Goal.
It was called
Chris Ray.
It was called
Owen Goal.
Netman.
Owen Goal.
Owen Goal.
That's pretty good.
Very good.
I'd say that, yeah.
What was it
Very
called?
good.
Was it called Netman?
No, I never had that idea.
Netrunner.
No, he's being facetious. He was far too cool for, yeah.
I didn't think of ideas.
But you've been so creative in the show so far.
I had an idea for a movie once.
Okay.
Oh yeah, go on.
It was shit.
This is good.
This will be
SHI shit. It's about a kid who was born on a spaceship, right? And then he grew up, but his mum died on the same. They were on their way somewhere,
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
but he grew up into like a man,
A man.
specifically Keanu Reeves.
Oh, you had it cast.
I had it cast, but he then spoke to a woman like on the telecom
Sure.
from his ship to Earth,
Oh.
and they fell in love.
Oh, that's nice.
And then when he got back to Earth, they had one day together, and then he died.
Oh.
But they were already in love.
Oh,
They'd
no.
known each other all their lives
Why did they only have one day together?
because he was old by then.
Oh,
He was an old man.
Because of the spaceship time.
Because he'd just been in space for a number of years.
But she
Right.
was young.
She was old as well.
Oh,
by
they were
then.
both old.
They were both old by then.
But their whole
Oh.
romance happened
But
remotely.
she worked at NASA,
Sure.
Right.
like SNASA, secret NASA.
Super NASA.
Yeah, and then they got to know each other.
Okay.
They stayed in touch on the telecom,
Yeah.
but then he was like, "Oh, I'm dying." Then he
I
came
better
back
turn
to
the ship
Earth.
around.
Yeah,
I'm dying.
I better turn the ship around. Exactly. No, he was due back,
Oh, he was due.
but
back.
he lasted, let's say, 3 days.
That's a shame.
And
3
then-
days
and
now.
then, yeah, whatever. And then he died.
Details, John.
And then he died.
That's
And
really
then-
tragic.
I'm a
Very
Hollywood
sad.
exec, and you're pitching this to me.
But he'd only ever lived in space.
Right.
Was that so he had like muscles that were all withered? Was he like a withered skeletal
No,
man?
he still looked fucking ripped.
Yeah, he looked like hot. as
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
He's
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
But then he
still
stepped
looked
out of
good.
the ship and just collapsed. His
Anyway,
bones-
years
bones-
later,
bunch
I
of twiglets.
saw an idea that wasn't dissimilar to that.
Yeah,
Was it Passengers?
It was there's a few movies that sort
There's
of.
another. Yeah.
There was it was a kids movie. Or
Yeah.
something about
Oh,
a
okay.
kid who was born on a spaceship.
Yes.
And I can't remember the name of it now.
Yeah, and for some inexplicable reason, because he was born like on Mars or on
Yeah.
a spaceship, he comes back to Earth and like, you're going to die now.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I
That
dying?
kind of
God, they
thing,
stole
yeah.
your idea.
Because you were born
Yeah.
on Mars.
I mean, it was one of those ideas where I thought, oh, that's quite a good idea. Anyway, moving on.
I gotta say, like, joking aside,
Yeah.
I was quite kind of
invested.
captivated by your talking.
That's the only idea I've ever had for like a movie. Oh no, we nearly wrote a sitcom once.
We did.
We
yeah.
got pissed one night,
Yeah.
Okay.
and we're going to write about uni.
One day.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. No. Yeah.
We were gonna start writing. That might have been the same night we drank a load of Jaeger.
Yeah.
That'll stimulate the creative vessels.
Yeah, and I haven't
Yeah.
touched Jaeger or creativity since.
Yeah.
That was. We also had Crime Hound. We once while drunk we workshopped.
That's the only one I'd like to revisit.
Yeah, maybe we should do something with Crime Hound. If only
I
we
think
knew
we wrote that with a hangover.
if only we knew an artist.
Yeah, if only. Oh well.
moving right along.
That was the day after I joined Twitter. I remember that quite vividly.
Really?
That was April 2011.
I can.
It seems like such a land of potential.
I could probably find a dropped pin. Like I could find that location when we talked about that.
It was in a park in Reading.
Correct, and there's
Yeah.
a statue of a lion in there.
And that's where we came up with the idea that the villain would be called Subterranean Lion.
Yeah,
who lived underground.
yeah.
This is
Crime
all true.
Hound. Crime Hound was an anthropomorphic dog
Dogman.
Yes,
who was a detective
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
who lived with a man
called Larry,
called Larry
who liked ice cream.
ice cream.
And the point
Was he a detective?
No, but even though Crime Hound was a genius at solving crimes and was actually competent, every crime coincidentally
Larry solved.
had an ice cream related solution.
Yeah.
So
and Larry
like,
solved all the crimes.
just because it was like a Calippo, like
Right.
and he go, Larry would just
That stab wound, looks like a Calippo.
yeah.
Right, made it.
My God, he's right.
Incredible. My God, he solved the crime again. How does he keep doing it? The Crime Hound.
Sounds
Yeah.
good, actually. Yeah.
Never-
I like
never-
the sound of that.
Yeah,
Never
and
came to fruition.
And Crime Hound and Larry were like roommates or like flatmates or something, and
But they kept falling out.
and the
their relationship
I
deteriorated.
can imagine it being
over
like
time.
an adult animated TV show, kind of like BoJack Horseman. Or
Yes,
something. I
yeah.
can imagine it being like that.
And because Larry was like a really nice guy, he just really liked ice cream. Like in every scene, he always had like an ice lolly or an ice cream. And I just remember we have this scene where like Crime Hound's having like a mental breakdown because
I vividly remember speaking. I know exactly what you're going to say, and I vividly remember talking about
his
it.
entire career. It's like he's really good, and none of his talent is being like recognized because Larry just kind of stumbles up and solves every crime because it's ice cream related. I mean, it's this thing where like Crime Hound had a room in his apartment which was all just done up with like crime reports and
Red
everything,
string and
and he's
everything,
just like kind of if a room is dark, there's light from the hallway, and he's just kind of like leaning against a wall having like a mental breakdown, and Larry's like, "Good night, Crime Hound," and then like turns off the light. I'll see you tomorrow, Crime Hound. Good night, Crime Hound.
Yeah, good.
We laughed. We were quite hungover at the
Yeah,
time. so,
I can imagine.
We were there for a while.
yeah, that could be. Anyway, so my point is,
What is your point?
it's incredibly embarrassing. Every generation makes these same mistakes.
Yeah,
If you're given unfettered access to creativity, but
no
filters?
original ideas or
no
filters.
original ideas or filters.
And the sharp edges of your personality have not been smoothed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just find it. I think this is what we should do as an older generation. This is how we guide this is what we should be doing. We should be guiding the younger.
Yeah, we take the pen
generations.
out of their hand. We
Say,
no,
no. I'm
Stop that.
I'm telling you now. This is an intervention.
this is shit.
This is really shit.
This is really
There's
shit.
a school of thought that says all creativity is good. There are no bad ideas in the grand scheme of the human tapestry of art. Anything is possible, and all self-expression should be celebrated. Except this.
Except this.
This is shit.
This is shit. And don't think that this is just some older generation like, oh, no, I'm
Yeah.
going to rebel against it. No. It's
You will-
it's objective.
I'm actually
Yeah.
telling you this is shit.
I'm
You'll
saying
regret it.
Yeah.
You'll regret it.
Yeah.
regret it.
Art is subjective. This isn't. This is shit. Like I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
This is shit.
This
you
is
know?
shit.
Yeah.
It's shit.
And I don't know. My point is like it's cringe.
Yeah.
cringe.
Well, cringe,
To
cuz.
use the language of the youth,
Cuz.
it's very
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yes. So don't do it.
You've had your warning. Right now, loves.
You gotta love your birthday,
Yeah.
bastard.
You birthday bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, stick bit.
Well, here's the thing, John. I was holding out on you earlier.
Oh.
I was holding. You asked me what I did on my birthday.
What are you doing your
What are you
birthday?
doing your birthday,
shit.
And I
Chris?
didn't tell you all of it.
You didn't, did you?
I'll tell you what we did. We went for a 20-week baby scan. Oh! There's a baby.
He's breeding.
It's
my
there's a baby.
Good God.
There's gonna be another
There's
one.
gonna be a little baby boy.
Oh!
There you go.
Jesus.
In the summer.
What a birthday present.
What a birthday present. I mean,
You two are acting like I've just told you this, but you've known for a while.
We know.
Well,
Yeah.
you say a while. We've known for like 4 hours.
But
That's about it.
But we.
But it's a boy.
We know
Yeah,
it's
you've
a
known
boy.
about the being,
the child,
baby
yeah.
for a while.
The
Yes.
child, yeah.
the child.
So I told you around Christmas.
Yes, that's true.
Christmas time, and yeah,
And now
today,
the world knows.
Now the world knows because we sort of confirmed it today when we found out the flavour. So yeah, we went for a scan this morning, and we saw the little penis, which validated
the hypothesis.
The hypothesis that it is a male.
You know, it's really glad that we live in I'm really glad we live in an era where every inane thing we say is recorded, so that
Yes.
you know, your future child, when they enter the world, will in no way be embarrassed that this episode
Penis.
is somehow.
To
I
hear
just said penis.
that
Oh,
you
you're gonna say it again?
ultrasonically
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
their penis.
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 Yeah.
Little penis.
Ultrasonic penis.
It's quite a big penis.
Ultrasonic penis.
Yeah. Ultrasound. Yeah. Penis.
Ultrasonic penis.
Ultrasonic penis.
Ultrasonic penis.
I think
Yeah.
we've got. I don't think that's going to be the episode title.
Ultrasonic penis.
Stop trying to
Really
stop
leaning
trying
on
to
it.
make it
This is
happen.
my thing. Yeah.
So my love isn't so much a love as an announcement, I
Whoa.
suppose.
Oh.
But it is a love because
It is.
people love their kids, don't they?
They do.
And I'm no exception, John. Let me tell you.
Well, I mean, it's true what they say. The love is instant and unconditional.
It's weird.
so-
I'll tell you what it is. It's weird
Yeah.
seeing the
Really?
scan. And you're like, my God. And this is true of the previous scan, which was 8 weeks ago, I think, something like that.
Sure.
And it's like, oh my God, there's something alive in there. When they're doing the scan, and you're like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And it is incredible. That
Incredible.
and it's the most natural thing in the world, but it's still incredible when you see
Yeah.
it for the first time.
Yeah, well, you sort of like we all know that babies are made inside ladies.
What?
I know,
Jesus.
Say what?
but
That's disgusting.
I have never been to a ultrasound scan
No.
because you don't do that until you have one, right?
It's pretty cool.
And so
There's not really a viewing platform.
no,
You know,
I can't go to like a public viewing
No.
and we can all gather around the screen and go ooh
yeah.
Yes, it's not like the House of Commons. I can't stand behind bulletproof glass and look on. Yeah.
Exactly. So every time anyone sees it, despite the fact it's done hundreds of times a day, every time someone does
You
that,
can tell the
it's their first
midwives
time.
are a bit like,
Oh, for fuck's
yeah,
sake,
there's the
another
heart,
baby, yeah.
there's the leg,
There's the peen.
Yeah,
There's
the
the
miracle of
peen.
life. Anyway, fucking hell. Yeah, Jesus. moving
Whereas
on.
Just
we're
smoking.
like,
Yeah, miracle of life, innit?
my God, this is one of the best moments of my life. This woman's just like, this baby keeps moving around. I can't take a picture of the heart.
So annoying.
Yeah.
It's funny because I mean I think the one thing we haven't really been thinking about in this equation is my feelings. And
No, sorry about that.
I've known you a great
Tell,
many.
tell him I've known you longer.
I've known you a great many years.
Thank you.
And
Longer than the baby.
Indeed, longer.
Yes.
Yes, my claim to your attention is much greater than babies. And my point is like I knew you were having a child.
Yes.
And then somehow not until today did I think to myself, good God,
That's a thing. That's a
Chris
person.
Ray's going to be a father.
Yeah, there's going to be two of us.
It's funny, yeah.
I know. I feel so
little mini me.
outnumbered.
Before it's got a gender per se,
Oh, it's
sort of like amorphous, right?
yeah, very very much so. One of
Yeah.
the things we spoke about before today was that we could stop calling it it.
Yes, true.
Or we could start saying
Exactly.
he.
You can start calling it Reginald.
Reginald, exactly.
Which is,
yeah.
of course,
yeah.
the name you've chosen.
Reg Ray.
Reggie
Ray.
Reggie Ray.
Yeah, sugar.
Reggie Ray's Burger Shack.
Wouldn't that have been bad if that had actually been the name we picked out?
And
And
we've
you-
taken a piss on the podcast.
And you'd revealed it. As
In
much
the
as
same
anything.
way I felt quite confident betting against Gillingham, I felt quite confident saying you're not going to call your child
It's
Reg.
not.
No.
It's
It's
Reginald.
not, it's not Reginald.
Do you have an idea? You don't have to say, obviously, but do you have an idea?
Yes, we have two ideas
Nice.
specifically.
Ooh.
Although we think there may be more to come.
So you're not committing yet. You're
No,
gonna
not at all.
John.
We're not.
I know what the two ideas are.
Oh,
Nick and John.
Nick and John.
It was.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how much controversy that would cause?
It would, depending on the one you chose.
I just
Yeah.
picture like you go, oh yeah, I think we've got a pretty solid idea what his names are. I mean, you have a whiteboard at home, and it's like I can assure you. They're on the whiteboard. And it's like a column. It's like no, like absolutely
The
not.
anti-name.
Promise you for a
Yeah.
fact. They're on the board.
We have considered your names at length.
Yeah.
They are a deep no.
Oh yeah, we're in. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, we have a couple of names in mind at the moment. But yeah, I reckon that might get bigger before it gets smaller.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Did you get that
Yeah,
moment?
thank you.
Did you get that moment where you were like, "I'm going to teach you how to catch. I'm going to teach you how
I
to."
am now thinking about all that.
I'm gonna throw a ball.
Today felt like a big day, in that it was before it was like, yes, there's a baby, awesome, that's great. Let's sort of see where the next few weeks takes us. Look ahead to the next scan,
Yeah.
and then we can sort of start to plan properly in terms of setting up a room, what we're going to do with this, what we're going to do with that kind of thing. Yeah, today feels like a proper day in terms of fucking hell. There's a human coming.
If it had been a daughter,
Yeah.
would you still have inflicted your ignorant opinions on them and
Absolutely.
forced them to like football and Gillingham and
No.
Star Wars?
I'd have
and-
tried. Certainly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
certainly would have tried.
I
It
guess
doesn't make any difference to me in terms of
Yeah,
I'll
in
still,
terms of
I'll,
Gillingham.
I'll,
No.
yeah, I'll still. Well, we've spoken about this because I don't really want to take him to Gillingham. It's fucking awful.
Yeah,
It really is.
Yeah,
Even with all the new money that's coming.
Even with all that American money and Lakeland being there and bleeding blue until death. Yeah. I don't want to take him there. So we might
switch teams.
I mean, they're not gonna want to support Gillingham. Come on, John.
they'll want
Why
to
would
support
anyone
who their
want-
dad's supporting.
Do you reckon?
I reckon there'll be a big part of that.
Maybe.
A lot of my
we've
friends
also-
who supported football teams when I was a kid at school, they all supported the teams their dad supported.
Yeah, but then he'll want to support a big team, I'm sure, and all that kind of thing. Which is
Well, he might want a Premier League team as well.
Oh, that's bullshit.
I guess
I see.
I'll explain to him in great detail why that's fucking bullshit.
I'm going to take that child aside.
Yeah.
That'll get him on board.
Now then, little Reginald.
Little Reg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Reg.
Little Reg.
For the
Reggie
purposes of the podcast, he's called Reggie.
Reginald for
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
It is funny, isn't it, though? Because as you said, like, you would have loved him either way. But it's interesting that, like, somehow knowing kind of makes it more real.
Very
Like,
much.
one way or
Today,
another.
today
Yeah,
I've been
right.
thinking about life beyond a baby.
Yeah.
So you think about
Paying for
baby,
university and
that kind of
yeah,
sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been thinking
Pay for the
until
wedding,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
I don't have to now. If he's a boy.
Oh,
if we're
true,
get-
yeah.
sticking with tradition.
Got to stick
Yeah.
with tradition.
Yeah.
Particularly when it benefits you monetarily.
I mean, not me sticking with tradition now.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Had it been a girl, forget your tradition's old fashioned,
tradition,
isn't it?
yeah, it's old-fashioned, isn't it?
Tradition's
Yeah.
so old fashioned.
Tradition, yeah.
Yeah. Until today, I was probably thinking more baby.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking
Perry, go.
Perry go.
Perry
Ray. Perry Ray.
Perry Ray.
Demira's Perry starting to sound really good. Now I'm thinking about human
Yeah,
Human, yeah.
life beyond baby.
Person.
Yeah.
Personality.
I think it's
So,
important.
yeah.
As someone who doesn't have children, I imagine it's important to imagine yourself in 13 years from now screaming of a little shit because they're
Yeah.
not doing their homework.
Yeah.
Almost certainly that'll
Because
be the case.
or they're
You won't be able to come to Gillingham this weekend if you don't do your homework.
You won't be able
I
to
won't
go-
do my homework then. I'll leave it.
You won't be able to come to Cyber Gillingham unless you stop playing
We can watch
Cyber
our iPhone.
Fortnite.
We
Yeah,
can pretend we're in Singapore.
yeah.
Also, Father, the best Star Wars movie is Rise of Skywalker.
Get out of this house.
I'll have you know, Father, the best Star Wars is Episode 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be there by then.
Cyber Star Wars.
Episode 12. We're still here.
Yeah.
Palpatine has returned again.
Yeah. Somehow Palpatine returned.
We're still doing this.
Yeah.
Still doing this.
Yeah.
I guess my final question to you would be:
yes.
now that you know you're definitely fertile, are you going to stop holding back on the alcohol front?
Yeah.
After all these years,
Might as well.
of hedging your bets.
Yeah. True, yeah.
Yeah. Done all right.
Well, it all works down there, so I guess
Yeah. Everything works.
we had a good run.
My final question to you would be: when he's old enough, can we get him on the podcast?
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's going to be
We're not going to still be going by then.
we
Look how long we've been going up
Yeah.
until
We've got
against all odds.
clearly we
Yeah.
have nothing else going on. I've got to say, like, honestly, like discovering today that you were having a little lad. It sounds like a joke, but a brief moment of terror kind of flashed through my brain because, like,
What? The end of the podcast?
no, more of it. Like, fucking hell, there's going to be two of them.
Yeah.
like it's
There
bad
is.
enough. This shit.
This is getting out of control.
I'm gonna
Now there are two of them.
I'm gonna have a little Ray
Yeah.
giving me all this,
Yeah, little Reggie.
but he's more agile. I'm only gonna get weaker now.
Oh, he'll be.
I'm-
Yeah,
I'm-
'cause
he's
at
a
the
wriggler
moment-
as well.
Yeah.
Based on the scans, he's a wriggler.
At the moment, all three of us are the same speed.
Yes,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's going to be like
My
17
body's-
times as fast.
my body's only gonna get worse now.
Yeah.
Like it's all
Yes,
downhill
it's gone
from here.
visibly worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Of course, of this episode.
Your bones are going to be very bristle.
It's at the end of the Last Crusade over there.
It really is.
Christ alive.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
Well,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
and it kind of makes all the other loves in this episode.
I
Like,
was reluctant to go first for that reason, but it's too late now.
the thing is, I've got one that can match it.
Yeah.
I think mine can.
Well, I
match this as
I
well.
wanted to share it with the listeners among the first 1,000 people I shared it with.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
people-
So that's why I'm announcing it now.
people I care about the most. Yeah.
1,000 maybe, I don't know.
Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah.
yeah.
The listeners are among the 200,000 most important people in my life.
Ah.
So
Yeah, I reckon I can match it. Sausage toast.
there it is. There it is. Yeah. I mean, that does sound good.
That's
something
what
for-
we had you moment.
Yeah.
Shut up.
That does
Shut
sound
the fuck
good.
up about your baby.
Tell me more about this sausage toast, my
Yeah,
friend.
sausage toast.
You get toast.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, toast that toast. Make it into toast. Bread into toast, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How would I do that?
Toaster would work.
Yep.
Or an oven on grill function.
Yep.
Also good.
You're having a child.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be asking these questions.
How do I make toast?
It's pushed everything else out of your mind.
How does ABC start? Oh God.
You got a toast.
Okay.
Right? You get sausage meat. Either a pack of sausage meat or just open up a
I
sausage.
Sure. All right, okay. Yeah.
Spread that on the sausage.
Oh, you're going loose.
Yeah, you
Wow.
spread that on the
Yeah.
sausage. On the toast.
On the toast.
Old
Yeah.
Testament sausage. Yeah.
Fire up a frying pan.
Okay.
Old Testament sausage. Turn that sausage coated toast, upside down into the
Down.
frying pan.
Yeah.
Sausage side down
Yeah.
into the frying pan. Bam! High temperature. Let's cook that sausage, right? Like fry it
Sure.
and it bonds with
So,
the toast.
have you pre-cooked the bread?
It's toasted.
Okay.
Yeah, the bread is toasted. Then you put the sausage on it.
I would probably fry the bread.
Yes, that's what
You
I
could
would
do that.
Yeah.
You could do
Yeah.
that. I did try that once as well. I've done it twice now.
Okay.
Then flip it when it's cooked, the sausage meat. Flip it back up.
Okay.
Very thin layer of Dijon mustard.
Oh, well, there we go.
Lovely
Yeah.
bit of mustard.
I was
Yeah.
skeptical until
Yeah.
now.
I know,
but
right?
suddenly I'm
I know,
like,
right?
Yeah.
Sprinkle some cheese on top.
Nice.
Oh.
Any
Okay.
cheese you like. Cheddar cheese, very good. Back under the grill. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Melt the cheese.
Melt the cheese.
Maybe Worcestershire sauce if you're so inclined.
Nice.
Only
And
for
the
taste.
sausage is on the bottom of this.
So it's toast, sausage, mustard,
Oh, it's the same
cheese.
size. Same size.
Yeah. Yes, John.
Your wife has been abroad for 10 days.
I feel like this has been discovered while Ali was away.
I had a lot of sausage.
Yeah. There it is. There it is.
It's so
I took
good.
you out for a steak dinner
You did.
while Ali was
And I
away,
didn't mention
and this
that.
didn't come up at all.
Saving it. You take me out for a delicious
Oh.
steak dinner. By the way, at that dinner, I felt a little bit like your child
Yeah,
because you and Liz
Yeah.
on one side of the table, me on the
that
other
was
side.
that was the first real practice I had.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's
Yeah,
why I
yeah,
kicked
yeah.
up. Like I had a colouring book and squirted peas
Yeah,
all over
exactly.
the wall and everything. Yeah, sausage toast. That's it. It's
That does sound
very
good.
simple,
That
and
does sound good.
mwah.
What
It's
was the
really good?
What were the atmospheric conditions that led to you discovering sausage toast?
TikTok.
Okay.
TikTok knows me so well.
Right, okay.
Sometimes I get recipe videos
What
on
the old
TikTok.
sausage talk?
It was about 14 seconds long, and it was just like a super fast like time lapse of like
could-
bam, 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 bam,
That
sausage
does,
toast.
that does sound like something I'm going to try.
It's
if I'm honest with you.
really good. The Dijon mustard though, because like all of that sounds great, but honestly, honestly the. That's the only way I can feel.
That was
something.
really
for
emphatic.
the benefit of the listener, I just slapped Nick.
Deserve that. Yeah, the mustard. It really finishes it off.
How
It's
does
so
the
good.
sausage adhere to the toast?
I don't really know. It must be science.
Must be science.
It must be science.
That's the only explanation.
Because you put it on and
Or
then
religion.
and then you cook it. It don't come off.
Yeah.
It don't come off.
And this is
John, it do not come off.
John, it do not come off.
Why would they do
Exactly.
that?
Let's go McConaughey on this.
It must be science.
I was going like Benoit Blanc.
Well, yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh
that's it,
yeah. It must be science.
Yeah.
There's
So
the only
and
answer.
and this is like a very European application of the sausage. The idea that you're like peeling the sausage open.
Yeah, but you can buy sausage meat as
Yeah,
well,
you can
like
get
in a
pound
pack.
of sausage meat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is easier.
Mince more.
In the
someone
Well,
TikTok.
here's the thing. What's the difference between sausage meat and mince?
Pork mince and sausage meat. Well, sausage meat's typically spiced and herbed, isn't
There
it?
it
'Cause
is.
that's
Oh,
what's
there we
inside
go.
the sausage.
There we go.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
it is.
And you want that sausagey flavour, I
Yeah.
would say.
Because when you think of a sausage, you think of like a little tod, like a little turd of meat.
Yeah, meat turd.
You know, Lucy, my wife, she went on a.
Thanks for clarifying.
Well, for the benefit of a listener.
Yeah.
You know,
Who bought...
You've never.
Because it's
mentioned
never
meat
come
on
up
the
before.
podcast.
it's never come up before. She went on a.
You mentioned it on this episode already.
Literally, we're talking about heating
in one of. Will you please be quiet, you awful man?
Because you're making continuity errors, John.
And continuity is the utmost
And you
importance
can't
on
fix this
show.
in the edit, this show. It's impossible.
Doesn't respond very well to someone challenging him. He's going to struggle.
Gonna struggle with clearing it.
It's going to be fun.
Imagine me trying to accept that, trying to compromise on
When
that.
you're
No, you're wrong.
when your bookish, indoorsy child is like,
Yeah.
but father, I don't want to play football.
Yes, you do. Let's volley the football. Hits him in the face.
do.
No.
Anyway, my point is, like, the Europeans, as I understand it, when they get a decent sausage and a decent bit of mustard, they might just as easily slice open the sausage.
They might.
And eat the goodness inside.
Indeed.
Are we animals? Are we
eating the packaging?
are we crude, brutal
What
creatures?
do you mean?
As in, like, not all sausages are designed to eat the skin.
No. A lot of French sausages the skin is kind of like packaging, but you
that's 'cause
can
it's
also
thicker,
still
though.
eat
Is
it.
that 'cause it's thicker?
It's more obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, ours is just like, it's wafer
Yeah.
thin.
Yeah.
But
well,
I guess my point is like a lot of food like has been it evolves over time. And I guess like originally, did peasants go, "How am I going to cook this meat?
Peasants.
I've spiced this meat. How the fuck am I going to cook it? Tell you what, got this dead sheep here. I'm going to like
Take his gut out.
use the guts. I'm going to cook it. You're going to eat this. You're going to eat the sheep. You know, the sheepy bits. No, I'm not.
I'm not a monster.
Not an idiot.
No.
Yeah, when it's cooked, I'll just cut it open.
Sure.
It's nature's bag. You know. They're not going to eat the
bag. That's the way you. That
the
alone,
emphasis.
that written down wouldn't have been that funny. The way you said bag was quite funny.
Yeah, well,
bag. Nature's bag.
They're not going to eat
bag.
They're not going to eat nature's bag.
Bag.
But then
Why-
nowadays
alright.
we eat the bag. Don't
Riddle
we?
me this.
We piss. Okay.
Why are they cooking it like that then?
I guess
Keep
you
it all
can boil
together,
it, can't you?
You can boil it. Yeah, everyone boil
And then
everything.
now we fry, but but they
Can't you
boil
boil?
stuff.
Can't you? Yeah, I suppose.
Boil a
Yeah,
sausage.
you don't.
It's
You
a very
just make soup
anemic
out of it,
looking
yeah.
sausage if you boil a
suppose.
sausage,
Yeah.
but you can do it.
So you're.
But nobody boils a sausage now.
No.
They
that's the
boil a
thing.
Frankfurter.
A bockwurst gets boiled.
Yeah.
But not like what I'd call a Cumberland.
No, but I guess for you,
Would you call it Cumberland?
that's a coiled one, isn't it?
Quick,
No?
call a Cumberland.
No, a Cumberland. Cumberland's a flavouring.
Oh, damn!
Yes,
I feel
Cumberland
like, I
is
feel
a
like
flavour.
Cumberland tonight.
Or a Lincolnshire.
That's what I do in the
I
toilets.
thought Cumberland was a coil. Don't they?
No,
Always
I don't
come as
think
a
so.
coil.
I don't know whether it has to be a coil. I think Cumberland's a flavour.
They can be a coil.
They
is
can
what
be,
you
though.
say.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
Anything
yeah.
can be a coil.
Well, anything can be a coil. Can't
An
it?
apple
Yeah.
can't be a coil.
Yeah.
If you peel it the right way.
That's right. That's true.
true,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
My
Chose
point
a bad
is,
object.
like,
What can we choose?
yeah, I'm just saying, like, has Nick gone back to some primal form of sausage eating?
Oh, is this what your point is?
Because you're getting the goodness out of it.
That's
you know.
true.
Strawberry.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like, I don't know, like haggis. You know.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a bit
I love
haggis. It's a bit
haggis.
haggisy.
Yeah, we boiled it in a,
Andre
in a sheep's
Haggis.
stomach.
But you can eat that as well, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, you can eat
Isn't that the
anything
idea?
for enough time, but like,
And then you have it with neeps and tatties.
I ate a
love-
tea
bloody-
bag once.
I bloody love haggis. What?
you what?
What? What? I didn't eat a tea bag. It's definitely not,
Sorry.
It's definitely not what I said.
Sorry.
No, I definitely didn't say. No,
You didn't
didn't say
eat-
I ate
Yeah.
a tea bag.
You didn't eat a tea
I have eaten a tea bag before on a
Why?
dare. It was
Really?
a dare. Yeah, it was horrible.
Did you chew? Or did you kind
Yeah,
of...
and it sort of broke apart, and then it tasted really
Right.
bad.
But that's
Yeah.
the kind of bag you shouldn't eat.
Well,
It's-
exactly.
It's
Was it a pyramid?
Synthetic.
As well? 'Cause,
Yeah, it was
you
a
know,
pyramid,
'cause
yeah.
they're meant to, they're meant
That's
to
a
increase
great
circulation.
that's a
assessment.
synthetic bag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not-
yeah.
it's
You're
not-
not supposed to eat the tea. Oh, you're not.
It's
no,
not. It's not.
no.
It's not
No.
nature's bag. No.
No, otherwise
Not
it would
nature's
it would
bag.
dissolve in
I've also
boiling
seen.
water.
I've also
That's
seen
true.
you
That'd be
eat
good.
a dry Weetabix.
Yeah, well, I
under-
struggled
under
to.
peer pressure.
Under
yeah.
time,
done-
under
I've done
time
that.
as well.
Have you? Yeah.
It's
I
a
don't like
challenge.
I don't like milk on cereal.
Really?
No.
No, I like a dry. I like.
It's
I
like
like
water on.
I have a dry cereal if I have cereal.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. Like crisps.
I will
yeah,
eat.
kinda, yeah.
I'll eat a milky
Morning
cereal,
crisps.
but while I'm prepping it, I'll be eating handfuls of dry bran flakes
Interesting.
I would,
Yeah.
yeah. That sounds lovely.
because it feels like I'm eating dog food for boys. that's my thing.
Dog food.
Yeah.
that's one of the name of the restaurants.
Dog food for boys.
Dog food for
Dog
boys.
food for
yeah.
boys.
Go. It's one of the things like I want to say it was peer pressure, and it kind of was, but like I also
To eat the
admi-
Weetabix.
Yeah, but I also do admire the fact that you just fucking went for it.
I just went for it.
Yeah.
It was
That's
bad.
not that's
though.
not the most intense dare I've heard of.
No.
No.
If I'm honest with you.
No.
No.
I don't want to like sort of depreciate from your achievement,
No. I mean, it's fine. Like I didn't.
but
like,
it's not like
It's not like eating,
heroin
It's
or
not like
anything.
eating a tea bag.
No.
No, that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. I thought
That's crossing the line.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's a regular.
Okay.
I got love.
Yeah.
And mine is better than
What than a child
Both
announcement?
of them.
than a child.
Both.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
No,
we've
I
had the-
can't. No,
Because sausage toast is
We've
high.
had baby boy.
No, let's
sausage.
No,
sausage toast.
No, you're right to bring this up. Let's put it into perspective. We've got on
Right.
this one hand this
I
massive
just wanna
shining
remind-
ivory pillar of sausage toast.
Yeah.
Then down here we've got this shitty little upturned bucket of
Yeah.
you're having a child.
Sure.
Yeah.
You, my lifelong friend,
Yeah.
are having your firstborn child.
Yeah.
Shitty little thing down there.
Sure.
And then Nick spearing sausage meat on bread.
Yeah.
And here's me.
There you go.
I'm not presumptuous enough to say
I think
where
this
my
is, I
achievement
think
would
this
go.
is going to be shit.
Underwhelming.
Yeah.
I love great website design.
There you go. There it is.
Now,
This isn't entirely surprising because I walked in and you were working on your.
You were doing
website.
website design.
now, thing is, right? Okay, congrats. You're about to have a child.
I'm
okay?
glad I brought this up.
Yeah, you don't get
You
a
definitely won.
Yeah. No, you don't get a Nobel Prize for attempted physics. You haven't had a child yet.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you're working on it,
Sure.
right? In that time, I've updated
You
two
gave birth to a
websites.
cyber baby.
Two websites.
Yeah.
And
my brain birth.
and it's ironic you bring this up because I was voicing the words.
I didn't bring it up.
No,
you brought it up.
You forced your minor achievement of bringing your firstborn child into the world. My point is, like,
again, my job is kind of done.
Yeah.
Really, it's more on
I
his
suppose,
now,
I
if I'm
suppose.
honest with you.
the next 70 years, is like, I have no involvement now in this child's life. No, my point is, as I was building redesigning our website,
really good website,
giving it one of its periodic designs, I honestly thought to myself, I could not love a human baby as much as I love this web design right now. Like, I don't have much to say other than I was so proud of it. I had to tell my wife,
unto a child.
This feels like a plug.
Well, no,
I'll be honest with you.
It could function as one.
I'm just saying, if you
What
want
is the website, John?
if you wanted to go to the Big Punch website, which is www.bigpunchstudios.com.
Nobody does www anymore.
Bigpunchstudios.com. https:// www.bigpunchstudios.com. Literally, give yourself a treat. You will get more enjoyment from our homepage than you will from Chris Ray's future child.
I don't know. When he turns up and he's spouting off in here.
And he's the greatest web designer that's ever lived.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And he's cooked a sandwich.
And he's a fucking lad.
Yeah.
Because mine's just sausage toast. I haven't got another piece of bread on top to make it a sandwich. Imagine if he did that.
Putting in
What you're
more-
saying,
he's
like-
the lad's going to put more toast on top.
You're saying 6 years from now,
Yeah.
when the child is sassy, we're going to get him on the air, and he's going to be like,
Sausage toast.
Uncle Nick, why didn't you put another slice on it? You fucking idiot.
God damn it,
Yeah.
Reginald.
And then he's going to give
This
you
again.
web design, and you're going to be like, my God, you're right.
God, yeah.
I'm going to try.
My CSS frames are all over the place.
I'm going to try and run a hand through my hair, but I'm bald.
From all the web design. You just go to do it, it just falls out at that moment.
Oh, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Reginald's going to replace us all.
Yeah.
Probably.
You know,
That's fair. He's earned it.
check out my website. Check out our website. It looks really good. It's really good. It looks really good.
Is it redesigned?
It is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
really
I'm
good.
struggling to care, John.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
Actually, good news for someone who cares.
Yeah.
If
you care, please visit the website.
It looks amazing. I'm not going to lie. Like, really good. Like, that's my achievement. That's
It looks really good.
That's my legacy for the next 2 years.
and then I'll redesign it again.
Right.
Well, whatever. I
Okay.
don't know.
Well.
Wow.
So I'm voting hate. Of course, I joke.
We jest.
We have.
I never joke about
What are
these
you
things.
going to vote for?
I'm going to have to go love, aren't
Yes.
Oh, I guess you have to.
Your
contractually,
hand
yeah.
is forced.
I? I'll be totally honest with you at this point. I don't mind the heating being on.
Anything. Yeah. Don't really.
Yeah.
Comparison.
Can't bring me down.
Yeah.
I'm also going to go for love.
Yeah, it's probably
I-
love.
I mean,
isn't it?
sausage
Yeah. I mean, I'm that website. Looks
that website.
amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah. Look at us. We're all achieving.
Yeah, we're all doing really
We're
great
all doing
things.
things. I'm going to try the sausage.
Really?
You know,
Toast. Yeah.
loaf or whatever it's called.
Oh, it's really good.
No, why wouldn't I try that? I like sausages.
But I'm more kind of like, you know, of all the miracles of childbirth, I really am just more mystified by how the sausage meat is clean.
It's science, John.
Pure